got 7 people. Sweet. All right, we can start talking. We're on. Let's go.
Because right now it's telling us that we don't have any viewers, so this is why it's been so blasé, and you know.
Yeah. No, we can do it. Alrighty. So let's do a quick go through the list, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's always a good place to start, especially when we're watching deployment.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm really not sure what's going on.
No.
Got to get a good look at the table first.
Alright, so we'll go with, so we've got Aaron versus Bryant tonight. Now, Aaron's bringing his clones. He has Clone Captain Rex with aggressive tactics, recon intel, and jetpacks. Pretty nice standard Captain Rex there. 3 phase 2s, both with... Sorry, 3 phase 2s. 2 with Z6 and offensive push. 1 with 5s and offensive push. 1 unit of phase 1s just with a specialist. 3 arc strike teams with the 1 with Echo, 2 with the DC-15X sniper, and then 2 ATRTs with rotary blasters.
Ooh.
That's going to be nice and exciting. I think the ATRTs are fantastic.
And it's coming in at 10 activations, which is a nice sort of like happy middle ground for any army that's not running any big characters or anything like that. So that's good to see.
It's actually a bit scary coming across 10 activation clones, to be honest.
It's better than 11.
This is true. This is true.
No, look, there's like that's a good mix of units. I'm curious. Personally, I'm curious on the specialist. I don't use specialists. It's not something in my you know. So speaking of one of those clone sniper teams, I don't think is that Echoes. I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
I don't know how he's painted his arcs. That's exciting. You got can power.
Yep.
Alrighty. On the specialist, I'm not sure. It's not something I overly use. I can understand why he's taking it, because it's really handy to just... the beauty of the clone specialist is you can take an aim or a dodge.
Ooh, okay, so you could rack up double aim or double dodge out of that.
Correct. So you can kind of take the token you require, and given that it's just a phase 1 squad with no heavy weapon, it's really just a token generating squad. So I can see why he's taking it. It's not something that really fits in what I do, but then I'm not a smart player. So.
Yeah. And other than that, it's a good clone list. I like seeing all the heroes. I think that's becoming a popular thing, and it was good to see FFG pull out some heroes that weren't too over the top, but you still actually wanted to take them, rather than some of our previous one-off heroes that we've seen in some of the other armies.
Yeah, although I don't know, Echo is not Echo is pretty over the top, but 5s is just next level.
Yeah.
He is the best unit of the clone army. he's so good. He even gives Rex a run for his money. That's how good he is. For 36 points, he's fantastic.
And the ATRTs, I think they're just a solid choice.
They're really good.
Surge to defense on an ATRT is a scary thing.
Yeah, and just a native critical 1 impact 1 gun. That's fantastic.
I can't believe we're not seeing them run around naked.
Yeah.
You know, naked ATRTs running around, just doing what they do.
Shooting things and then donkey kicking.
I mean, Rebel ones were kind of a bit of a joke, but it worked. But this is just insane.
Nah, clone ones are awesome. Let's check out Bryant's list. So
go to the old Rebels.
Bryant he's brought with him Cassian with recon intel and a sniper. Sabine Wren with situational awareness. K2SO just naked. I think we're going to see him just as a token generator for Cassian. 3 naked rebel troopers. Mandalorian resistance, specifically Clan Wren with Trista Ursa and situational. 2 ATRTs with rotary blasters, and a unit of Wookiees actually.
Wow, so this is a little bit exciting.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw a unit of Wookiees with a bowcaster.
I can't remember the last time I saw a unit of Wookiees on the table. Just period. That would be interesting actually.
There's a lot of threats in there.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting mix. Obviously, of course, Sabine and Clan Wren together, both with situational awareness. It's becoming a really good standard rebel combination. You're looking at just under 250 points for nearly 11 wounds that basically won't die.
Pretty much, yeah.
It makes them really, really it's something the Rebels never really had, something that actually sticks around.
Yep.
So
then you got your little buzzards running around getting objectives and those Rebel troopers.
Yep. And then funny enough, we see 2 ATRTs as well with rotaries on the opposite side.
Yeah, which ATRT will come out on top?
Yeah, that's an interesting one because the clone one doesn't have Surge to crit, does it? While the Rebel one does. And when you're rolling blacks, having Surge to crit's pretty good. It almost gives you a bit of a dirty version of impact. So
it's pretty good. I think what Aaron's really got to look out for, and I don't know how he's going to deal with this to be honest, is just Cassian infinite range sitting at the other end of the board, sniping away to victory.
I mean, between him and K2 together with K2 dumping out the aim tokens, you're looking at 2 dead clones a turn.
Yeah.
That's significant in this.
That's huge.
Especially against phase 2s, like you're looking at a squad every 3 turns minimum.
Yep, exactly.
So that's a pretty scary thing to look at. And considering that's also a good counterpoint for the arc snipers as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because normally the arc sniper, red armor, usually a surge token or 2, a couple of aims, but if they get caught out, that's it.
Yep.
Impervious with surge can stop 1, but it can't stop 2.
Yeah.
So
Unless you're really lucky.
hey, we've all seen it, right? But,
yeah.
So 2 very interesting lists.
It's going to be interesting. In terms of mission deployment, etc., what we've got is advanced positions, supply drop, and intercept the transmissions. So this is it's a rebel deck, this one, because Bryant comes in at 791. And
Where is this information?
This information.
Oh wow! Okay, sorry. I need glasses apparently. Advanced position supply drop intercept. Yeah, it's interesting. I can see it coming from.
I know. Yeah, I got really confused. I saw supply drop and I was like, "What? Supplies? Intercept?
Intercept the supplies? No, that's recover the supplies, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh no, there's too many here. Okay, that's an interesting sort of set of missions. Coming from the Rebel deck, I wouldn't say that it favours the Rebels though. It's not a bumming run mission.
No.
Or like breakthrough or anything like that, which is one of their sort of real strong points at the moment. Or recover even.
Yeah.
The Mando unit never letting go of that box. But
looking at the table and the deployments, the Mammoths have a lot of spaces to hide. Like a lot of buildings to get behind. Their approach.
So there doesn't seem to be much area terrain. It looks to be mainly like heavy buildings and barricades.
Yep.
So that's going to make this one of those sort of either you read on your route tables.
Yeah.
Which means that the games are usually sort of jostling for position, but once things start to open up, that's it. That's basically going to be whoever's got the biggest cojones to jump out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who wants to get shot first?
I think Aaron has the advantage in just the sheer number of red bombs.
Yes.
He has. He's got four core units and then 3 strike teams and then Rex. Like that's just a huge amount of just red to get through.
And you combine that with the barricades giving heavy cover, you're looking at some pretty tough units.
Exactly.
I would say.
But if Bryant can funnel him together into like a really nice little pocket, he can get a devastating explosions turn followed by just Wookiees charging in and then a couple of just lethal shots from Tristan, and it could just go haywire really quick.
And there's definitely some choke points on this table. Like real sort of hard lines of fire where you can get caught. And it's I can see like a lot of spaces which are going to take at least 2 moves to cross. Which make it really interesting. Funny enough, those Wookiees that we were confused about, they've got Pierce.
They do.
That's a big deal.
I forgot they had Pierce.
That bowcaster gives them Pierce at range 3, given they will die at range 3 to a unit of clones, but
if they can duck in and out, I reckon I'd almost prefer to use them at range 2.
Oh yeah, because you want that giant dice pool. Because I'm fairly sure from memory.
It's black white search to crit, right?
Yeah. Well, hang on. I'll jump on. I use Battlescribe, not sponsored or anything. Just my. But but if you guys are listening, I'd love to get sponsored. Anyway, we're all.
I wish.
God. If someone would pay me to do this, I'd be surprised. Let's have a look at the Wookiees with the bowcaster profile, so we can give you the accurate. So we're looking, black white, surge to hit, not surge to crit, unfortunately.
That might be Chewbacca.
The bowcasters are red white with impact 1, pierce 1, so that might even help against those ATRTs actually.
Yeah, that's huge.
Actually, that's quite useful in this matchup.
It's going to be really interesting, I think. It really just comes down to the angle that I think Bryant senses Wookiees. Like if he just charges them into the Valley of Death, I don't expect them to pass through. But if they just like bide their time and then pop out.
I almost see them being a bit of a skirmishing unit in this game, where they'll sort of pop out and just take the last wound off.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of units in Bryant's army that really needs to be first lasted. Cassim can sit up the back of the board and do whatever he wants. Sabine's tough enough to be able to weather fire. I almost feel like with the Wookiees, they want to be the unit that you first last. Get them in, kill something, or do a hell of a lot of damage, then shoot and then move the next turn and use your low pips to sort of get them out of there and make them a real pest. And late game, 12 wounds. It's hard to cut through.
Yep, 100%. Private Nice Guy, thank you for the follow, mate.
Oh.
Welcome aboard. He popped up before.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. Man, I actually need glasses. I couldn't read it. Shit.
Just give in to the glasses.
I've been resistant for God knows how long now, but no. Okay, well, nice to see you, dude.
Something really that we got to see there is the Scout one from the Clone ATRT, which is surprisingly fantastic.
Did we just see it?
Yeah, there was one on the bottom.
Oh
left.
yeah, and
So
it's
it
just
like,
jumped out.
Looks like he's scouted on both sides of the panhandle.
Yeah. Okay.
Or rather,
yeah. Okay. I couldn't see it just on the table.
But just that Scout one.
Oh, hang on. That's a Rebel ATR.
No.
Oh.
Once we go back.
Hang on.
Actually, we have control.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
The power.
Oh, here we go.
So this.
Oh,
this one,
so the one up the top in the middle is the Clone ATR.
So
okay.
just for when people look at it, one of the Clone ATRTs does have a Rebel pilot on it, so you'll have to forgive him for that. I think he's still
been shanghaied in for the game today.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for his second one to arrive. So, but he's running two. But I think just that Scout one is really handy to just get that ATRT a turn of movement ahead, basically.
That's huge. Scout one on a base that big
Yeah.
can easily get you in range 3 first turn.
Yeah.
Especially once you start looking at things like rollout.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty gross.
Yep.
Imagine 3 of those jumping you on turn 1. That's just nuts.
Yeah, no, we've done a bit of just not official play testing, but just play testing just between us with like ATRTs and STAPs and that, and they're awesome. Like just across the board.
Both those units are definitely worth their points, but not too over the top. They still go down like anything else.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the Clone ATRT. I'm definitely jealous I'm not running clones. It keeps getting better and better.
Yep.
But
bring on the commandos.
Oh yes. If anybody out there remembers the old Republic Commando game from your youth, that's absolutely incredible.
I actually don't know how I completed that game when I was younger, because I went back to play it not too long ago, and I can't get past the second mission.
Was it that just?
I don't know, I just can't do it.
Just couldn't do it?
I've been trying for like a month now. I just can't get past it. I keep going. It's driving me nuts.
Well, those like squad-based games just don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like those where you have your 3 other buddies that you control.
Like your tactical FPS kind of
games. Yeah. Unless you want to go to like Rainbow Six and stuff like that. But
which is a whole nother game.
Oh god, yeah, that's just crazy. But enough video games, I guess. But yes, I think we'll see Commandos eventually. We've seen Imperial Special Forces. We'll see Republic Special Forces. So
for sure.
I mean, they're in the cartoons and all that sort of thing, aren't they? So
yeah, they are. Look at this deployment. It's pretty interesting because like you look at the clone side and it's all. You can just see a lot of clones there. Then you look at the rebels and they're just spaced here, there, and everywhere.
And I think that's a pretty good play for the rebels because they can't compete one-on-one with the clones.
No.
Though, I mean, those rebel troopers, they seem to survive a lot longer than they need to, but...
and they seem to roll amazingly well.
4 black dice, who would have known?
That's where they've got like a 90% hit rate stapled to the unit.
Oh, and there's a nice close-up of Sabine, which we keep forgetting. We can control this, but but while deployment's up, I think keeping it over the table is a good way to go. So I'm just going to do that.
It's going to be really fun every time Liam changes the camera. He's giving us power to change it back.
It's going to be like one of those robotic boxes that you click the switch and then the hand comes out, clicks it back. That's what it's going to be like.
Let's see if we can catch anyone picking their nose. Oh, close. Looks like that might have been a scouting party move from that, based on looked like a 2-speed out there. So I'd say Rex has probably done his speed 2 scout, and then he's moved 2 phase 2s up.
Yeah, I can definitely see at least 10 models there. So
actually, it's pretty scary when you think about it. Having Rex and 2 ATRTs, that's a lot of scout in your list. You're just moving up.
And then on top of the arcs.
Yeah.
Everything's scout.
Everything's scouts.
Well.
Minus a couple of phase 2s, but pretty much the entire list can scout, and then it's
that's horrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty scary
to come off just an army just existing. Yeah.
And like I've certainly called people out and been on the receiving end of being completely out of range of getting a turn 1 take that clankers, but then using the scout move to make it so I'm within a movement range of take that clankers.
Which I'm pretty sure we've all been called out by that. It's definitely one of those things that until you until it happens,
Yep.
you don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
And even then, leaving those couple of phase 2 units behind is always a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it means that you've got something wrong with your back line.
That's it. So Cassian, Brian was going to pop him up on the roof there.
Oh,
I think it's a bit dangerous actually.
that close.
Yeah, I know
if
he's
there was
got
a
into
spot
range
further
there.
back,
Because I can just have ATRT just walking around the corner and just absorbing whatever fire hits him and just focusing Cassian.
and I mean, Cassian's great till he gets shot.
Yeah.
I found.
Yeah.
Cassian is a really, really good character. No, we're sticking with the roof placement from looks of things.
You know what is interesting about that? Cassian is actually a good ATRT hunter. Because of, if he has K2 with him, just feeding him 2 aims, or actually, because he can calculate odds.
It's forward, yeah.
And then, because then Cassian gets his own aims on top of that.
Yeah.
He can effectively just marksman up to 2 crits every turn.
And one of them's
PS1.
pierce, which means they're pretty much going through.
Yeah, so that combined with the ATRT could quickly finish one of Aaron's.
See, I'm not sure if you'd want to do something. I guess it would come down to whether or not you're actually able to wound it with your original ATRT shot.
Yeah.
Because that 85 point ATRT is sucking up wounds that isn't killing clones.
Yeah.
And in this mission, it's going to be the clones that actually do the work.
You might be right, so use Cassian more to finish it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely think like if it's between taking out an activation or just a couple of dudes, then take the shot. But if it comes down to like actually actively shooting at it, I feel like that's a bit of a waste.
Yeah.
And that's something we actually discovered in playtesting is that those ATRTs suck way too much fire off their points. Because people go, because at the moment armor's not a popular thing, you're not seeing a lot of impact, so you just go, okay, you're going to fish for crits with all your good dice pools.
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing how much that surge to defend really makes a difference.
Until you come up against an Imperial player, then all of a sudden they're still good at killing tanks.
Yep. XMC Duff X? No, I think it's MC Duff, 2 X's on the side.
MC
However we
Duff,
say
2
your name.
X's.
Thanks for the follow, mate. Welcome on board. If we butchered your name, please correct us. We're terrible at this.
MC Duff. I think it's actually just MC Duff.
I think you're right. I think it is MC Duff.
Sounds like something out of the
Or is
Simpsons.
it McDuff?
Oh.
Now we're hitting a whole...
We're thinking way too hard about this. It's
All right,
McDuff, of
we're
course.
cancelling the Legion stream and we're just discussing the phonetics. I'm going to say that's McDuff. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We have our answer. I was ready to just cancel the Legion stream and discuss the phonetics of his name for the rest of the session.
I kind of feel like those X's need to be something else. Otherwise, I feel like I'm reading, maybe like an acronym for some advanced weapon system. It's like the XMC Duff X off the,
Yep, I love it. Now, what the strike team? I think Aaron is putting all his strike teams in that little bubble in the middle.
So he
Up really close.
I
think he's going to use them as range 2 monsters. Well, as actually, it's like a turbo laser from my mind. Fantastic.
It's like a turbo laser from.
I think as I found the other night when I versed one of the Dans in store, just having 2 ARC troopers, you can calmly take on rebel troopers. No trouble at all.
And I mean, even putting that close also lets them deal with Sabine.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
you're rolling enough crits that one dodge, you're rolling enough hits at that range that one, like them saving one isn't going to mean anything. Then you're forcing an impervious save, which forcing more saves and cutting out one is better than them just taking their native save.
Yeah.
So.
And to be honest, with Cassian having infinite range,
there's no point being at range for either.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going to get outranged and picked apart by someone who just needs line of sight.
Yeah, and also when you sort of look at the board from where they are, I'd be quite comfortable to say that they could get to range 3 of Cassian themselves.
Yeah.
Which means Cassian between an ATRT and 3 strike teams at range 3. That's it.
Sharpshooter lethal.
Well, I mean, given he does have
he's got danger sense.
Danger sense, which it's good at times, but it's also pretty dicey there. Okay. So it looks like first round, I guess. That's normally what command cards indicate, I think.
Yeah. Will we see you take that Clunkers? He's not really set up for it, I don't think so, but who knows, he may have some grand plan. I quite like how Bryant's really spread out. It doesn't really give Aaron an attack vector.
because Aaron's gone for the clone death ball. Totally valid too. I mean, if you come up against it, it's hard to chew through. But at the same time, by spreading it, you're right. By spreading out, he's like, there's nowhere for that clone ball to go, which means it'll spread out itself.
Yep.
I kind of want to see the Wookiees do some good, to be honest.
I'm really.
I'm actually rooting for the Wookiees.
They're in an interesting spot because they're just down the pretty much bottom middle of the board. Flip around.
That looks like a
crack shot and take that clankers.
Yeah, I can understand a crack shot at this one.
Yeah.
Just try and take out dudes. Those Wookiees are in a vulnerable spot. I didn't realise where they were. I saw a little shot of them, but once it cut to them, that's in a scary position.
Look at me being all this.
Oh.
It'll fix up. There we go.
Oh, brilliant.
Do we know when the new RRG is going to be released? I'm pretty sure Errata's new RRG is this month, but I don't know how late. That can be around for the outside.
I was wondering where that was coming from. I was trying to read that tiny little box that everybody else can see on the left-hand side for the chat, and unfortunately the mic was covering it. All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this month, but I don't know if it's middle or late, because I know it already got pushed back. So.
Oh, did it get pushed back?
Well, it was originally going to be October.
Oh,
they
okay.
brought it away, I think, October. And I know they pushed it back to November. But I'm pretty sure it's this month, McDuff, so...
Well, I might take them... Well, speaking of, like, you know, rule updates and that sort of thing, and it's been a bit of a discussion on the BrisVegas Legion chat, I'll take the opportunity to remind everybody that the main Legion event is this Saturday. We've got that coming up, so plug in that. RRG, they've normally got, like, basically like a date stamp on them from when they need to be used. I mean, it's not a sort of... Is it a prime event? Or is it a...
This is just a store championship.
So this is the store championship, so it'll be up to their sort of decision as to what happens. I mean, given if we see it on Friday, I think it'd be pretty unlikely to see it used.
I think usually from memory, the last ones, when they come out, you need about, I think it's a 2-week period before the next event. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see them probably by maybe...
I reckon mid-November. I think it would be sort of pretty normal.
I reckon 17th.
You're just going to put...
I'm just going to put a date. 17th.
17th? Is that the Monday of next week?
I have no idea what the 17th is.
Well, let's have a look. I feel like it is. No, that's the Tuesday.
Tuesday. I'm putting it down.
Okay, so we're going for the 17th is the official FFG release date. You can take it up with Aaron if it's wrong. Which one? You don't need to know.
Yeah, I podcast with Alex Davey. He said there's some love for the Wookiees coming. Yeah, I've heard that as well on several podcasts. In fact, maybe the same podcast. But I'm pretty confident that the Wookiees are going to get some love based on that. So hopefully some good love. Oh no, he's already vision range for the Wookiees. Don't do it, Aaron.
Oh no,
don't kill the Wookiees.
And we were rooting for him, but just that spot, like I can understand it, but at the same time, I'm just like that's so out there, like, and Wookiees, I don't know about you, but they beg to be shot at. They're always on my priority list when it comes to a target because I know they'll go down quickly, but I also need to get rid of those wounds.
I think it's because the sheer amount of wounds they have. They're not hard. It's not hard to wound them, but because each Wookiee needs three wounds to go down. If you don't get those 3 wounds, like in your only command, pop in 1 or 2, it becomes a real pain. So I've just doing some finicky piece there and just making some range 4 measurements. I really want these Wookiees to leave, I won't lie.
I mean, if they do, they'll get medals.
Yep.
And there'll be much to pin them on once they're done out of that position, but...
Unlike Chewbacca, he never got a medal.
Didn't he get a medal? I thought he got a medal.
No medal.
But they could have just hung around his neck.
Yeah, no,
like, they didn't need to pin it to anything, I mean, because that'd suck, right? But... we're having a look at some command cards.
So it looks like Brian's first move is just moving an ATRT up, and I'd say he did a bad roll there based on Cassian's 1 pip, and he's just moved up and taken a standby. Looks a pretty average roll there. Looking at 3 so far, and I think the Wookiee's going to have heavy cover for sure.
Do we have access to the die to that? Because that would be cool if we could just click zoom into it. Do I hit F4 just to see what happens?
You can drop the whole stream.
No, I won't bother.
Liam, if you can hear us, do we have access to zoom in on the dice cam?
Yep, and if you could, give us a shortcut that we could, because we're struggling to read dice right now, and that would be awesome if we could call the results and then what we sort of, think about that. So.
If not, we will just keep struggling.
Yep.
So it looks like 4, so it should drop to 2.
Yep. And I mean, I guess that's the thing. They're in heavy cover, and while it's unfortunate that they're getting shot at turn 1, they're also drawing fire, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a lot more vulnerable elements in that army.
And don't forget they're indomitable, so
they don't care about suppression. Well, they do care about suppression.
They do, but they still get red dice to roll off. Thanks, Liam. Let me know what you can do. It's not the end of the world. We're just old and can't see.
Yep.
I know the Wookiees saved 1 hit there, and it looks like they've taken 1 wound. So they saved 1 out of the 2, which is, great.
You're always happy when a Wookiee makes a save, unless you're shooting it.
I just worry that Bryant's put those Wookiees in a spot where they're the only thing to be shot at now.
At the same time, though, it's burnt to, while I agree with you, it's also burning a take that clankers to kill a unit of Wookiees.
True.
For me, I personally think that's a bit of a, there's better uses for that card.
Yeah.
Take that clankers, range 3 into Cassian.
Yep.
That would be...
Do Wookiees have unhindered?
Ooh.
Because if they do...
Well, hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure I will still have the...
Because if they do, and Aaron's moved to range 4, those Wookiees should be able to pop up to range 3 and take a shot back.
Yeah, so they've got the old crappy version of Scale, which is Expert Climber and Unhindered together. Hopefully they will get a Scale.
Yeah.
Because I think that would make...
That would be really
that would make them really effective. I mean, we all know what Grievous is like jumping over buildings and stuff like that.
Yep.
Anybody that's been on the receiving end of a BX droid.
Looks like the ATRT just took a shot at Cassian there, just get 1 hit over cover. Yep. Then Cassian will take a wound. Ooh. That's it, Cassian's dead. It's done. Game's done. He's taking a wound.
And I think this is where we sort of see those arc come into play. He's only got 5 left. That's...
Yeah. Now...
yeah, okay. So the Wookiees are getting out of dodge. We're going to see a...
Yeah, just get him into cover. We'll let you know, Liam, once we get another dice roll. So I don't think we're going to get a shortcut camera, but he's trying to focus up the box itself.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So the Wookiees should be pretty protected there.
Yeah, heavy cover, and then those units, they're going to have... Any clone unit wants to shoot them. You can see there's a bit of a line down from that top barricade that the clones are hiding.
Yeah.
That sort of... Pulling that shot's going to be pretty difficult, and then it draws them out, which is kind of what you want.
Exactly.
And those Wookiees in that position... In the other position, I would have been a bit hesitant to put them there, but now they're there, that's scary. To have Wookiees that close, that strike team potentially toast.
They're terrified. Look how good Scale would be here for them in this situation. Being able to just pop up, move down the building, pop, and then run at them.
Yes, that would just be incredible, wouldn't it?
You almost don't see Cassian without K2SO McDuff. K2SO just adds an unbelievable value. To Cassian.
I mean, would there be I guess if you wanted to take Sabine and R2, but you didn't want to have to pay the 200 points for Cassian, but then again, what he does for the Rebel Army.
Yep.
And I guess you're seeing R2 played less and less. I think he's become a bit of a sort of not as essential as he used to be.
I don't like taking him so much, not because I don't have any real issues with him. It's more just I had a critical gun shot from the ATRT there.
Oh, nice.
Looks like he was pretty out of arc for the main weapon, so just decided to take a shot.
Yeah, okay, of course, that's right, because you can use that rocket launcher out of arc, can't you?
Yeah.
That's a big deal, because sometimes it can ATRT get caught out of arc.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
But yeah, I don't like taking out R2 at the moment, just because it changes how I play the game, and I tend to play a really kind of boring passive game where I'm just trying to get R2 into an objective, as opposed to actually playing the game. Does that make sense? In a weird way.
Are you saying that the game he makes the game easier? Because I sure as hell
would.
Basically,
I think that's what.
So what you're saying is that you like to punish yourself for playing the game. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's why I started playing Imperials. I'll bitch and moan about that all stream if you guys want.
K2SO adds a heap of value.
I mean, even his command cards, or the threat of the Guardian 4 command card, that's enough to make people wary. And he's a monster in combat.
Oh yeah.
4 red surge to hit is just Gross.
Yep. And I think what you'll probably see here, McDuff, is what Bryant's been doing really well lately and kind of terrorising everyone at the store with, we're all kind of shaking our boots, is just a Cassian in a really good elevated position, K2SO protecting him, and because of all the aim generation, Cassian basically gets 2 crits a turn. And it's just, there's 2 dead models done.
Yep.
And 2 doesn't seem like a lot, but over 6 turns when he's just punching down into your most valuable units and just picking 2 off, like your Death Troopers come around the corner, bang, 2 are off.
Yeah. And considering, I mean, between him and K2, they're only running at 200 points.
Yep.
To be able to remove 12 high-value models a game is just incredible.
It's fantastic.
I mean, when you think about it, 2 Death Troopers is getting in the realm of 25 points, I think. Probably a little bit more, like 26. To be able to pull off 50 points a turn, you made yourself up.
Yep.
Like, you're up to 300 if you're sort of killing that sort of level of model.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I did see a dice roll back then.
Yeah, I think that was I want to say it's the Rebel Troopers just plinking away at the ATRT. I could have missed some phase 2s on the left there, pushing down and trying, like the phase 1s, the negative phase 1s.
Just sort of
pushing
having a
down
pot
and
shot.
trying to just do a shot.
Maybe at that. Oh, that's right. That's the clone ATRT.
Yes. I think,
I'll take the other pursuits.
yeah, these strike teams are really scary. I've actually got a lot of respect for just the 2-man arc strike teams.
And they're infuriating to kill too.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why Echo, he's a bit, like, he's in the higher price points, but God, to have reliable and 3 wounds on a 2-man team, that is insane.
Echo himself can basically kill a Rebel Trooper squad by himself at the same point cost.
Yeah.
And Echo can cleanly win that.
And given, he should be able to, because he's 40 points. But, geez, like, even just sort of like, and he knocks the sniper up, doesn't he, from red-black to red-red.
Yeah.
Yes, which is a big deal.
Yep.
That's huge.
Gives him reliable too.
Yep.
Reliable 1 as well, sorry.
Which basically means you've got like a 2-man Death Trooper squad, which I think anybody would kill for.
Yeah.
I think the latest Special Forces release was quite interesting. I think it was a good
The
mix
ISF
of
and the Mandos.
ISF Mandos, and I think we'll call them in the same way, the ARCs and the BX droids.
Yeah.
I think to see them all released together, they've created an interesting game state.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially in our sort of local little meta.
Yep. I think it's
And I think they're all pretty different.
yeah. I think it's interesting seeing how they're kind of mirrors of each other, but not. Where Mandos have the better character unit, and then Imperials have the better generic unit.
Yeah.
I think that really calls out to the strengths of each faction.
Yeah.
Rebels being character based, and Imperials being like trooper based.
Yeah, because the Imperials are the Stormtroopers do the heavy lifting, while in Rebels it's been traditional that the characters do all the work.
Yeah.
That's why your troops are crap, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 points to get a red, and 4 points to get an extra red save and like a slightly worse gun. That's a pretty big thing to sort of, have on your basic troop units. But then when your characters are just...
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Looks like I got exactly what you were calling out before. A strike team just took a pot shot at Cassian and another win on.
Yeah.
So.
And if that's 3 turns,
Yep.
that's out.
Doesn't need much.
Yeah, that sharpshooter 1 makes a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we've never really seen sharpshooter on anything but characters and our old school strike teams, but seeing on units that can really punch,
Yeah.
it's scary.
I think that's the difference. It's the fact that without sharpshooter, the unit's just okay.
Yeah, but with sharpshooter,
Yeah, it's huge.
Dude,
Right, I think we're going to start seeing the first of the ATRT.
ATRT on ATRT.
community
Do you think we'll see perhaps like a charge into combat? The ATRT punt fest?
I would love that.
I mean,
2 ATRTs
like
kicking each other.
it's almost like kangaroos boxing, isn't it?
Yes. That'd be the best.
Red dice, surge crit, impact 1.
It looks like more dice than a rotary cannon has. Okay, I think they just fixed that up.
Okay, let's see another roll.
It
Yeah,
looked like- it
there we
looked like 6
go.
dice to me.
Watch me, man.
Oh, but I think we...
If you rolled surges and crits,
They may have just called the, accepted the roll and removed one for the purposes of it.
Yeah.
One thing to remember if you're watching is this is just casual games. By no means are we doing tournament play here or anything like that. So you may see some funky stuff like that. So
And look, feel free to ask questions and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
In the grand scheme of things, it's up to the players how they play the game, and if they're okay with that, then we sort of have to be.
Exactly.
We can't be too
we're
harsh
not
on them.
judging, so we're literally just onlookers.
And I mean, there's nothing worse than being in the moment and someone else telling you what to do, right? So we'll let them play their own game. That's why we're not in the room, isn't it? Because I wouldn't want to hear me talk about my game, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. That is exactly right. So it looks like that ATRT rolled off and didn't get anything through. Just got hits on the other ATRT.
Okay, yep. Yeah, because I didn't see any of the marks, so
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. Wow, depends whose side you're looking from, but
Look at that token stack between Cassie
that's
and
just
K2.
aims, isn't it?
It's aims. Well, actually, there's dodges there now. Like, it's just
and don't forget the dodges as well.
Yeah. It's just insane.
Yeah, K2 is. I mean, it's cool though. Like, we can moan about it, but
It works.
but it's just awesome.
That's why I'm
given it is 200 points though.
Yeah.
Like 200 points is a lot to shell into two characters that, you know, once Cassian gets looked at, he dies.
Yeah.
Like, he's not tough.
It's a big investment.
And K2, besides generating tokens, he doesn't really do a lot, does he? I mean, he can grab objectives and stuff like that, but even his melee is good, but his shooting attack is just atrocious. That 5 whites.
It's a Z6 with Surge to crit. It can be great, but they're white dice. So. Checking some line of sight here.
One really curious thing that probably doesn't really come up that often because no one shoots at K2 anyway, but he is a droid trooper. Doesn't benefit from suppression cover.
Yep.
I did not know that for a long time. I just assumed he was kind of like Cassian, where he was just a dude, right? He's a trooper.
Yep.
No, he's genuinely like a full-blown droid. So.
I quite like what they've done around droid troopers, to be honest.
Do you though? That's not what I heard last time, but anyway.
I'll moan about it. It's nice to have just different units being intrinsically different to other units. Like clones get the cheap way out of having just 2 courage, being phase 2s. But it's nice having like an entire faction where they don't gain benefit from suppression, but alternatively they don't get the negative of suppression either.
And I mean, it's... Ooh, hang on. Yeah, Cassie, just keeping the thing. Yeah, so it's good to be able to make an army different without breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Or completely sort of... It's a pretty minor thing, really.
Yeah.
Like, all things considered, like, it's something that if you were playing the game and you didn't know anything about, well, you probably wouldn't notice it.
Yeah, and I think as you call out, if your droids are panicking, they're usually dead. So it's, it's like...
Yeah.
So like, that's the other offshoot as well. Usually they're dead by the time that they hit that panic value anyway. So... I
will admit, being a droid player, and I'll probably harp on about this all the time, is that it's starting to become a problem though with stuff like BX droids, where they've got good saves, you can reliably get them as surge tokens. So they're kind of like a crappy ARC trooper, but they're also courage 2 that can't be suppressed. And once they're in heavy cover with shields and a dodge token, you're looking at like 4 to 5 hits to get through it.
Basically.
Yeah, and they're not gonna run, they're not going to stop shoot, and they're not going to lose actions. I think that's where it's good and it's still balanced, but it becomes a real issue.
Yeah.
I guess that's why we've not seen any droid characters then, hey?
Yep.
I'm gonna roll.
Is Grievous a droid? I don't know.
On the card, technically no.
Technically no? Okay.
Maybe Vader. He's more machine now than man. So...
I'll take one off. I still only get 1 action.
Big dice roll of 4.
Oh, that was for
Rally
suppression.
roll?
Yeah.
He was up to 4 suppression.
Holy.
So now I think we're going to see a gunslinger shot from Cassian now.
So we're going to see potentially 4 dead club.
No, so the commander.
Yeah, the question is who he can get eyes on. I think he's trying to see whether or not he can get a couple of arcs. I don't think so. I think you're only going to get it. Looks like I think Echo's up the hovery one.
I think we can just see one of each of the rifles, but we can't see the other part of the strike team, which is pretty stock standard procedure. I'm not sure if shooting at the strike team is a good idea. Not if you can't see all of them.
It's not a bad idea. So it looks like he just got a double blank there, to be honest.
Oh shit.
But then he'll spend a name and then he'll spend another one to upgrade to marksman, so there's 2 crits. The question is on what on? Looks like one of those strike teams.
Hang on, we'll wait to see. Hopefully Liam doesn't.
No, he's
Yep, so strike tips on Pervious will kick in and...
He'll save 1 because I think I saw a surge in defense.
Correct.
So we'll see. The ever faithful Impervious that people still have no idea the quick way to work it out. You've just kind of got to... Impervious is amazing, but working it out is a friggin' nightmare. Once you get past 1 or 2 Pierce, it becomes...
Yep.
And there's another roll.
And this is what we're talking about with just the aimbot of K2. It just guarantees 2 crits.
I mean,
Cassian a turn.
4 aims.
Yep.
I mean, even if he rolls just 2 hits out of a gunslinger turn, I mean, in his normal turn where he just has 4 aims from that, he doesn't need to roll the dice. He just says, I'm giving you 2 crits and you can have a nice day.
Yep, exactly.
Which is cool.
So looks like that was just into some normal troopers there. Looks like they say both, but Pierce will kick away 1.
I'm not okay with being shot at, but...
Oh, that was into Rex, it looks like.
Ooh.
Because they just popped a wound down.
Oh, yeah,
So,
okay.
actually, you know what? That's not a bad choice. While getting rid of Rex isn't too bad from the sense of courage, and you can just promote Echo. Getting rid of the command cards in a single character list
Echo's
is
going to
huge.
fire the...
Yes.
So if you can pin Rex away, 100%, that's a good
I
investment.
was going to go through the box first, so this one goes.
I think if you can do it in a couple of turns, the only risk that you run is that you're not shooting the troopers, which means they're still effective. Rex dies, but Rex's command cards are then gone. And I don't think you're going to be able to kill Rex in 2 turns with that. So, I definitely wouldn't disagree with you, but
We'll
I'll
see what these Wookiees do next. They might be hungry for Rex. Looks like a supply pickup there. I think it's the first one we've seen so far. Wookiees are just down here.
Yep, that's right.
So they're in a really good position just to... I don't almost risk sacrificing them just to kill Rex.
What, the Wookiees?
Yeah, like turn.
Well, I mean, they could sit inside that sort of courtyard, shoot Rex with their gigantic dice pool. You could probably sit them in heavy cover and then still pull the shot off.
Yep.
And look, so dirty maths, what are we looking at? Out of 3 blacks, 4 whites, and a red. The red probably hits. You get like 1.5 of the blacks. You get 1 of the whites. That's 4, say roughly.
PS1.
4 PS1.
Wounds, maybe.
These ones have...
Yeah, because they don't have sharpshooter, so down to 2 because they're heavy cover. Because he's obviously going to have some sort of. Oh, actually no, he's out in the open, isn't he?
He's got like, even if it's an open shot, I reckon he's going to save. He'll probably save 2.5 to 3 of those, but then Pierce will kick in.
Yeah.
Giving him
So he'll lose a couple of wounds, and then Cassian can finish him off this turn.
Yep.
You know what? I didn't think about that. That's not a bad idea. And worst case scenario, you've got the ATRT down the bottom to walk in and clean him up.
Exactly.
After all the Pierce has gone through.
It's like Echo just took a shot. I'm guessing at Cassian. I can't imagine him shooting anything else.
Yep, there's those white dice.
And there's another win. So Cassian's on 3 out of 5. And is he a 5?
He's a 6er.
He's a 6, so he's half gone.
Very nice, typical standard rebel sort of affair. 6 wounds, white saves, courage 2 to 3. It's a good sort of balance.
Yeah.
No, I would like these to hit you or crit you,
Yeah, I
so you
think,
take more saves and take more suppressions and all.
Yeah, those white dice. Yep, the white dice. They can be fickle, and then some days they can just never die.
Danger sense is an amazing thing, isn't it? Like, I've seen it be infuriating, but also kind of almost laughable.
The amount of dice I've thrown into Jean sometimes, and she just has not died.
Like, even with Pierce, and you're like, she's rolled enough to cover Pierce and then some, and you're just sitting there going, huh?
Please, sir, stop.
Have enough punishment.
But you know what? I don't mind failing white dice though. It's the reds that I don't like. It's like there's nothing worse than Sabine or any of those big surge to defense reds goes full.
When your heart drops.
Yeah, it feels like you're being punched in the stomach.
Plain red popping out here.
Ooh, we've
Brian
got
using some alternate minis for them today.
Yeah, it looks like we've got the Mandalorian.
What do they call him?
The big guy, and then
I think that is actually an Ursa Wren 3D sculpt.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, some pretty cool minis there. Old sculpts showing off what's happening. The question is who they're going to shoot at. Looks like maybe just the ATRT.
These things have a
have
reputation
anything?
of being reliable.
I mean, they've got PS1 with an aim. I mean, it's not the worst shot. It's better than like not shooting. Considering they don't want to be any closer than they need to be.
They don't need to commit just yet to anything.
No.
You're literally like you do have the bowcaster, which is
So it just hits. It looks like a good number of hits, but no crit.
And I guess that's the joys with the ATRT too. They just sit there and they go, I'm going to draw fire.
Yep.
Cool.
But you know what? This is where Jetpack Rocket is amazing.
Oh, 4, yeah, being able to put Impact 4 or Impact 3 into an ATRT.
Yep.
You need to work.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah. Just on like a turn like this where you don't really want to commit to anything, being able to just punch it with Impact 3, range 4.
I mean, this would almost be the time where I'd be inclined to give them an aim through Sabine. If you know they're not getting shot at, yeah, it's good habit to just keep the dodge on it for the whole game, but I think maybe taking the aim, take an aim shot, and then you can Impact 3 with Pierce.
Yep.
That'd be great. I mean, like, you could sort of cut an ATRT in half with that.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see these clone ATRTs much more regularly.
They just bring so much.
And they're roughly the same cost as the Phase 2 squad, so you're not really losing anything, are you?
Yep.
You're just gaining a sort of different kind of Phase 2 unit.
Yeah. It's like,
Screws around with your order pool a bit, but...
It does. But,
I feel like clones don't
they
really
don't really
mind.
care too much. And, looks like Aaron just doing a lot of rolls there on that strike team, just punching down, I think, into that ATRT. So,
Critical one.
just popping a wound on him in the end, I think. We may not pop lethal because through a dice roll, so it looked like we saved that too. So, but we'll see. No, it looks like he took the wound on the ATRT. Yeah, I take strike teams. To me, they fit a really specific purpose. They're there to soften everything up for my call.
Yeah.
And to finish off things that are running away from my call.
Yeah.
They're not really there for me to try and win a sniper war or do some of those silly back and forth games. And I'll happily take shots on them just to continue punching into units that I need to soften up across the game. That's how I use them.
And I think, like, sort of, I've had a mess around with Imperial and Rebel snipers recently. It's more just to kill things that you normally can't get through.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't really care if you lose the sniper teams.
Exactly.
One thing I found as an Imperial player coming up against snipers, though, using, like, stuff like ISF to guarantee kills to make sure that they're gone, because having 1 or 2 guys die a turn is huge for an Imperial army. But if you can get the double off shot and just go, yeah, okay, just take 5 hits, just take it. There's nothing wrong with forcing the saves and stuff like that. Even though you might have a better target, taking out an activation and taking out Pierce out of someone's army.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. Looks like Sabine just popped up and just took a range 2 shot of an ATRT then and got 2 wounds on it.
Well, Sabine's probably one of the better things in Bryant's army to be able to take those sort of shots. So it's crit.
Decent dice pool.
Rainbow, yeah. Pierce 1, always good when they've actually got an okay save.
Because of her speed, she can kind of get to where she needs. What I'm really finding interesting about this is I think you can tell that Aaron plays against Bryant a lot. Bryant's got Sabine in a position where you can tell he really wants to do a turn to explosions. He really wants to just jump on top of that middle building there, throw some bombs down, and then just blow up as many clones as possible. Aaron just is not moved. He's like, I'm not coming near you.
I think it's anybody that's familiar with Sabine sort of tactic, isn't it? Where you desperately try and draw her out, you try and pull out that turn, that card, and then as soon as she's out, you just waste her.
Yeah.
You're comfortable spending an entire turn shooting at Sabine to make sure that she dies.
Yeah. Zirconia, that train's pretty decent. Some shifty fellow dropped it off, not sure who.
I mean, there's some really dodgy looking like posters and stuff.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be better.
Look, there's some weird ones too. I found some weird shit, man.
There's been some weird posters.
The person who did that had a really interesting sense of humour.
But no, you're 100% right, Zirconia. So, for those who don't know, this terrain was donated by Zirconia. It's actually really awesome terrain.
Yep.
Builds out a really good table.
Those courtyards are the best thing ever.
Oh, I love them.
Open, heavy cover.
Yeah.
It's nice to actually not get shot at and die.
And because it's all like the same style, you can theme really well and make a really nice table.
I will say, I wish I'd pinched Zirconia's area terrain plates.
Yes.
Took them back. I got really excited. I saw he had 20 of them, and I thought they were the best idea. I love area terrain. We need a bit more of it every now and again. And then he was like, no, I need to get them back.
Yeah.
I was a little bit sad.
Well, it looks like we're going to be hitting round 2 very soon.
Well, Master of Ceremonies, would you mind hitting the dial?
Once they officially come over, sure.
Oh, okay.
Master of Ceremonies. It looks like those phase 1s moved up and took off a Wookiee actually.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they rolled this little attack there before, got 2 over, so 4 hits, got 2 over cover. in the Wookiee phase.
It's an axe.
So there's a dead Wookiee.
Oh, first one of the round. I mean the game, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Well, you
Yeah, so
oh
he's
yeah,
dead
yeah.
Wookiee and shot down to another Wookiee.
And see, that's where I think they're okay to do that though, because that ATRT is going to step around the corner next turn and have an open shot on a squad of clones.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
And this kind of comes to what I was saying, where you want the Wookiees to first last. But the Wookiees aren't in a position where they can first last right now. They have to go first next turn. But they're not in a position where they can go first into combat, or first into a more advantageous position.
Yeah, because there's no way they'd get over the building. Yeah, like
Right next to the bike rack.
it's tough. Kind of wish they had impact grenades right now.
Yeah. I just feel like it'd be good where Sabine and her cohort are.
Yeah.
Just hide behind that.
And also one thing to think about is that they're never going to be able to go first or last because there's no way to get an order.
Yeah, actually. Well,
So we've
Sabine's
got
3
1,
bit.
2, 3,
If Brian
4,
plays
5, 8.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. No, fair point.
They might get that, but even then, they're going to look a little bit out then. Like, if
Yeah,
she's up here in this corner,
like,
I think that's
yeah,
out
if she goes to where I think she's going next turn, I think, yeah, we're going to be out of range.
All Wookiees are just going to get blasted to Kingdom Come.
Let's do a special.
When are the Wookiees? Crit.
There's a Z6 shot into the Wookiees.
Taking out all the blanks.
Special kind of, it's like $40 a sheet, but that's enough for 12 tables. They just need the trees. Oh, okay. Well, I might have to go a trip down to Bunnings during the day. I think I might have actually seen the stuff. It's,
Anyone in the squad.
I think it's like a weird cement
So
sheet.
this guy
I don't know.
Yeah.
range 1 of the phase 1.
This looks like a Z6 shot into those Wookiees. 5 down, it'll go down to 3. Oh, doing some rerolls.
2 blanks again.
The obligatory aim sharing.
We're just kind of taking out. There looks like another one there.
That is not as clean as I thought it. Not as safe as I thought it was.
No, it is not.
That I thought those Wookiees were right behind that building, and they are pretty much balls in the
Oh
wind.
man, the dice get scarier for those Wookiees. That's 8 shots. That'll go down to 6. You're probably looking at another dead one, like 1.5 Wookiees dead.
6? Yeah.
If not just 2 Wookiees dead.
I mean, if he gets up to 7, you're looking at.
Please stop. They're already dead.
And that might be the bowcaster gone. If that's. Oh shit, okay, that's a
Yeah.
big pool.
Alright, let's see if any Wookiees come out of this.
That looked like 9 to 10 hits to me.
I think we landed on the line.
Oh.
I
That's
don't,
a
I don't
lot.
see a lot of pain.
I see a surge, I think.
Oh man, those Wookiees are gone.
That's 2 for Wookiees gone. Bowcaster out, unfortunately. Sorry, my furry friends.
They,
So how many
they
days?
were so young. It was our first time seeing them on the board in months.
I can't even. I think the last time I may have seen Wookiees was in a skirmish game. And it scared the living crap out of me. But just the first one on the table and then. Just
Man,
given, if I was in Aaron's position as as the clone player, I would have done exactly the same thing.
look, in terms of gameplay, then like perfect choice from Aaron. He's kind of moved his way around and dealt with that. But he has, I don't think, he's put himself in a position where he might get bombed from here.
Then you roll them.
But it won't be the best kind of explosions bomb.
I feel like you can almost feel the.
Probably wasn't got
Is it the blom? Is it the bomb lust in you?
Yeah,
I'm sort of
I
like
think so.
wanting to make that turn 2 throw, but I think waiting one more turn might be a good idea because we're playing intercept, aren't we?
Yeah.
So.
Well, see, that's why it's a good town.
Oh yeah.
They should
Okay.
throw the bombs because if they want to score.
They need to. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this pile of
But if it was me personally, I would use her 3-pip.
I actually calculated
Oh, yeah,
how
the
many
old-
tokens I generated.
I think
in
I'm
Final
pretty sure everybody remembers the first time that gets pulled on you.
Yeah.
You're waiting for explosions. They play a 3-pip, and you're sitting there going, "Wow, what do I do now?"
Yep. Yeah, no, I'd say I'd use Sabine's 3-pip here, personally. Just to
Yeah.
give her, and if the Wookiees were still alive, even better, but just to give her and Clan Ren those orders.
Yeah.
Oh, just Assault. Oh no, Assault from Aaron and Cassian's Last Stand.
He's taken 3
Ooh,
away.
so we're hot swapping. Are we hot swapping?
No, this is the one where he gets tokens based on how many wounds
Dodges aren't going to
he's
help.
taken.
No, that's actually a good play.
It's not bad.
Take a shitload of dodges, do his K2.
Help you against Chris.
He's not going to be able to be shot at.
The only thing is I thought he would have saved that for Sabine. But who knows, Cassian might die this turn, so.
I'm going to give it to
I guess it's a tough call. Like, Cassian's on 3 wounds. He's a pretty decent chance between 3 sniper rifles. He's out.
Yeah.
You kind of, I can understand why you do that just to make sure that you got your value out of him.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you could just run him away.
Yeah.
Maybe take one more shot and then force, and then start, instead of just taking full blown, like sitting up the top of the building fire, even if you jump down to the side at the top of that building and started taking shots down, force those arcs to come out. But I can also understand the wanting to take tokens, because you could shoot and then still do that. But, oh, no, cumbersome.
Cumbersome, yeah. And I suppose this is just my only issue with Cassian being in positions where it's hard for him to come down. I don't mind when he's at the back end of a position that has a ramp. But when he's just like on top of a building and he's got to spend both actions to get down or risk taking a wound, particularly when he's already 3 wounds up, it just gets a bit dicey for him.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, it's like only Danger Sense, you're right. Danger Sense would be nice and handy, but as we've seen the last few rolls against him, Danger Sense has done sweet FA.
And Danger Sense is all good well until he gets pierced.
Look at that token stat. It's so stupid.
Holy smokes. I mean...
There's not even enough room on the building for it.
And the funniest part is, K2 between K2 and... So it's doubling up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then when K2 does calculate odds and a dodge, we get more.
Yeah.
I don't think Aaron's got the shots to even push through it.
I was kind of hoping for the
Well,
critical.
Critical.
Yeah.
Just, ping ping.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Yep, there we go. The obligatory SF shot.
Oh yeah. Actually, I like that. Just cheeky up and getting range 1.
Not like it affects their shooting it.
No.
You know. Sorry, just a salty clone. It's just a salty droid player right here. I wish I could move and shoot without having to pay 4 fucking points for it and then recover. Sorry, guys.
It's alright. Now the whole net knows you're salty.
Yep, that's fine. Just get me some vinegar and I'm all set.
Oh, I love it. Alright, there's an echo shot, and the question is he trying to finish off the Wookiee, or is he shooting at Cassian? I think Cassian.
Yeah, I think... Or would you just kill the Wookiee just for fun? Make sure you kill Activate. That's a Cassian.
Take no expression,
It looked like a wound to me.
Did we see any dodges?
No, but I think probably just got the crit.
Oh yeah, critical
He
one.
made it.
Yeah. Alright, fair. I think I just saw another wound go down, so...
So I think Cassian should now be
Why
on
am I
4
getting shot at by
wounds.
everything?
God, that's unpleasant turn 2.
I mean, he's only killed 3 models, and he's on 4 wounds.
Considering we were harping on about
Yeah, this
killing
is the
12 a
best.
game, I'm not sure if I like that spot. It was considering the range 5. It's all good and well when your opponent's range 3, range 4, they don't have sharpshooter, all that sort of stuff. But when you're looking at somebody that can pierce range 5 and guarantee a hit, he would have been almost better, potentially even supporting Sabine. Maybe take your 1 infinite range shot that you can get and then hot swap and run in.
I think that's the beauty of his rifle, is the fact that it's hot swappable. So you can start off plinking down range, and as you get closer, swap to your pistol.
Yeah.
A couple of snipers.
And then use that gunslinger turn to range 2 and just
Yeah.
blow things away. I mean, worst case scenario, if he's in a shit spot and he's close, use K2's Guardian.
Yeah.
I mean, who really cares if K2 dies late game?
Yeah, exactly. Who cares if Casey dies?
Yeah. No love for K2 right here.
Can you tell I've been burnt before? So, what are they doing? Let's see how they're talking. Power of dice. They're just talking.
Very serious look.
Yeah, but he's got to get range 2.
We're going. Oh, we're dice bagging it.
Bryant has the tactician's chin hold, and Aaron has the drink sway.
Oh, Peppa Pig's on right now.
Oh,
Damn it!
No. That's alright, Zyconia. We can't.
I'll have to get my girlfriend to record it for me so I can watch it.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for dropping by.
Cheers, man.
Alright, so it's like a...
Black red.
I think that's a
Cassie.
Cassian shot.
Yeah, that's definitely. I would have run away.
He still can shoot and run.
Cumbersome though.
Well, could we
Yeah, but
roll
he can
up
shoot
the
right away.
so you see if
Oh, but
So
you can,
cumbersome means you can't move shoot.
oh, okay.
Shoot move.
I thought cumbersome was you couldn't move during your activation.
No. So you can't shoot after moving.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So would you be better off shooting, just taking the shot and then jumping down? Cop the
Risk the
wound.
wound and
I mean, it's a 1 in 6, right? It's better than dying guaranteed
so.
to 2 rifles.
I think so.
I think that's what it might have been, actually.
I'm seeing so many dice. I saw Cassian's dice. I think okay, now they're checking rally.
Oh, okay, so
I saw Cassian shot, then the defense roll, which looked like it was like 4 saves and 1 miss. Then a rally.
maybe he was firing at the ATR.
I don't know. Actually, yeah, he was. Look at that.
There's an extra wound on the ATR too.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's actually fair because you know he's going to die. A couple of clones probably isn't going to make a difference right now. You can't remove an activation. That means that ATRT dies this time probably. That's
Yeah, most likely.
I mean, those rebel troopers will probably pull it off.
I would like to see K2 punch to death.
Yes. Okay. I'm in agreement.
Yeah. And then that's what that single red dice roll would be. That would have been the damage table.
Oh yeah, because 4's the threshold, of course.
Yeah.
I wonder what that result was.
It was a blank. So that should be the suppression roll.
Yes, Vic.
And we're gonna kick him in the face.
No, that's.
We have a donkey kick!
Oh my god!
The Wookiees
No
gonna
way.
get donkey kicked.
Oh, the Wookiees. Oh, what a way to go.
Yes!
Don't. Is that 3
That's
hits?
gotta be a dead Wookiee. That's 3 hits. Come on, donkey kick.
Come. Oh no, that poor Wookiee. No, I see pain.
Oh no, is that a surge?
Can't quite tell. That's
It
2
surges.
saves.
It's a dead Wookiee. Donkey kick.
Oh no. Those poor Wookiees donkey kicked to death.
The power.
The final insult was a donkey kick.
The power of the donkey kick. Oh, I
I mean, he
love
could
it.
have quite easily shot him, right?
Yep.
But I guess 5 black and 3 red are the same thing, right? So,
Yeah.
especially with Surge, but
Oh, I love the donkey kick. It's so good.
oh man, I almost feel bad. I feel so bad for that.
Oh my god, he just kicked
That's not a good
And the
day.
Wookiees that did nothing.
Oh no!
I mean, they drew some fire.
They did.
They took a take that clankers to the face.
I was so excited for them.
Yeah, well.
When you listen back to this, Brian, just know I'm disappointed in you because I finally saw Wookiees on the table and they died.
But we're also proud of you for taking them.
This is true. This
Just-
is true.
Try again.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, do not stand up against the clone hunt like that.
So let's say Commander Token.
No.
Because I moved these guys so I could see.
Commander Token?
No, I didn't.
No,
I hid
they
them.
went
Commander.
before he did.
I hid them, didn't I?
Yeah. He walked up and shot
There's
Cassie.
no
and did a
Jin.
And that was just a donkey kick. So that should have been
So
a.
I'm going to.
Unless I don't think Cassian infiltrated. He may have infiltrated.
Yeah, no,
And then they
where
just
he is
promoted
is.
a-
Okay, so this is something that sort of doesn't really come up that often. You do have to have a commander token, and you have to nominate a new commander if.
Otherwise there'd be nowhere to get
So the
in.
Wookiees might have been the commander.
So we didn't say anything about
I don't
jumping.
know.
I'm not actually sure.
Oh, I can jump in.
Because,
So he's, yeah, I think you're right, he's definitely infiltrated.
yeah, because if we're playing major offensive, that's.
We didn't say anything about jumping.
Hey, Liam, if you can hear us, can you just ask Bryant who the commander of his army is? If we're guessing Cassian infiltrated.
Could have been the Mandalorians.
It could be the Mandalorians, yeah, you're right.
Because I don't think I've seen another SF token. So.
These dudes.
The green.
And the Mandalorians would be a good
These
choice for
green
it.
dudes.
Yeah.
We've
I think
got
so.
some guys
It couldn't be
missing out on
Sabine.
Peppa Pig.
Not if it's.
No,
not if it's not if
Not,
it's
not
off.
from the covert ops.
Cool. So
Swap.
yeah, I'm going to walk through.
I think it might be the Mandos.
Cool, so it is Clan Raid.
These guys.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Clan Raid is,
Basically.
Oh, wait. These guys is in the Rebel Troopers.
And you can't shoot me.
Oh, what are they doing there?
No.
Unless, okay, so what I think they've
Unless they
done
come
is
around
they've
to the
ruled
doors
that you can walk into the building
Oh,
and
okay.
then just measuring it straight. So I think
Yeah,
that's
fair,
alright, because
okay.
there's no way those Rebel Troopers should have been able
Oh,
to
he's
punch up
dancing.
over the
Whatever
building.
shall I
Yeah,
do?
no, that's totally fair. I guess, you know what, and like we were still saying at the start, it's a casual game if they want to run it this way. I mean, fair enough when the position, when the point is in the middle of a giant building, you kind of have to make allowances for that.
The only thing you want to be careful of, because this can be abused subconsciously, is that you need to make sure you rule what line of sight you have through the building if you can walk into the building.
Yes, because if there's a doorway, then
Yeah, because otherwise they're just eternally safe.
Oh,
Which-
did we forget it?
No, I didn't.
You know, until something else comes into the building, they're just safe from that point forwards.
Well,
so.
you know what? That's a good tip for me because I think I'm playing next. So I think it may even be on stream. So I mean, I'll have to make a ruling on this.
Oh, I was going to go home early tonight, but I can't really watch it listen. Oh, no.
No. Well, we won't say any more. But yes, yeah. Oh, Aaron, just stay a little later. It'll
I
be
might
fine.
have to.
I mean, you can shit talk me. It's not the first time. Definitely won't be the last.
This is true.
Sorry, could I please have Sabine?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they've ruled for line of sight there. Because
No, Sabine, you're not allowed to jump.
it's not that it's like really a problem, it's just,
You don't want infinitely safe units,
yeah,
do you?
that does not make a fun game.
Oh, wait.
Because otherwise, all those clone units run inside the building, and then you've almost got like the worst nightmare.
Yeah, it's like, have fun.
Then again, Sabine could drop the bombs on that, couldn't she? So
Yeah.
What'd you find? Oh, damn it. I can't bring it back anyway, that was last turn.
Okay.
So
So back to.
what are we seeing here?
So we've seen Rebel Troopers
It's a tree,
move.
so you get to bring back a dude.
Interesting choice for the Rebel Troopers as commander, to
I
be
don't know
honest.
if you need line of sight.
Yeah, I thought it would have made clan red. I don't think they lose anything. The only thing, yeah, they don't lose anything.
Actually, and come to think about it, the only thing that would actually need to bother with the leadership is his own other Rebel Troopers, and if they're getting shot at, hopefully they're dead.
I think it is Liam. I just haven't been wearing it.
Climb
So
up.
because the Discord headset system working. I think so.
Do we have to listen to ourselves?
No, it's listening to them.
Oh,
I'm wearing it now. I promise we're not wasting the effort you put in, Liam. We love you.
The man behind the scenes, we'd like to give a bit of a shout out to Liam. He puts up with our shit, staying till 10:30, 11 when we want to finish a late game, which
Yep.
will be on when we start it again.
Look like a
Didn't even-
big buttload of nothing now.
I can't mark them with that. Because I don't have an aim.
Right.
But if I use my aim,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have. Yeah, you got to hit.
Yay, that's a crit. Yay. Oh no. I haven't made a
It's
single
like a shot into an ATRT then.
Fuck
I
off.
reckon it's going to be that top ATRT. Yep, there we go. It's 5, 1 wound remaining.
Yeah.
Oh, can it stick it out?
Damn it! It's gonna die before I even get to do anything with
Literally everything that I've got can shoot you.
Exactly, that's the problem. I like to draw the thing, but I want to kill the Wookiee with feet. Okay, so he's gonna aim and he's gonna shoot your ATRT with another cruiser rifle shot. Washington goes.
So it's got some ARC troopers taking a shot into an ATRT. Trying to crit some more shots through.
No. I hate this dice box. This dice box hates me. Yours, man. Now it's a 50-50, I actually draw it. And it'll probably be... yay.
I'm just going to aim.
Yeah,
Probably not.
honestly.
So what we're seeing is an ATRT trying to finish off that ATRT.
Ooh, ATRT on ATRT action. That's what we came for. Let's see a white.
One save. One will do it. Yeah,
Oh,
well.
you might like this.
One will do it. Avenge my Wookiee!
I'm looking at the names tonight.
Why do you think we kicked him?
That
with the
looks like
face?
my recap screen.
He's trying to scrape the Wookiee off of it. That's why he's up against
he's
it.
still got bits on the rock. He's trying to take me off the rock.
Looks good.
It's alright. Like, what I'm
You can give me a shout.
Oh yeah, let's let him draw it.
I am getting, as the other Aaron, I'm an X40K player, and it's coming back to bite me. Hate to go on about the Legion stream on the Legion stream, but yeah, it's a slippery slope into bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. Fun.
I mean, it's all, at least I can have a shelf full of pretty toys when I'm living in a cardboard box.
This is true.
Yep.
So I think what we're going to see is these arcs try and pick it up, shot up at Cassian there, and just try and get rid of him. He's probably going to try. I am surprised that Aaron used one arc team to attack the ATRT, or to just try to pin Cassian away with the remaining
They got immune to deflect.
2 arcs.
I guess you kind of know Cassian's gone. He's not going to do any more damage this turn.
Yeah.
You could probably kill him next turn and still the same result. I guess.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I just dread him getting off that that 3 pit where he recovers and everyone gets
Danger sense, etc.
danger sense, indomitable, and Mando's just jumping and wreak havoc.
Ooh, yeah, and you would play that on a last first turn and then go straight into an explosion. Now that's when you would see explosions.
Yeah.
That would be gross.
Oh!
I kind of want to see it though.
Yeah, I agree. So it's like 3 onto that, so 3 from the Rebel ATRT into the Clone ATRT.
Seeing a bit of ATRTs here.
Makeup.
They're going for each other. Who will come out on top?
Failed everything.
Why not? A couple of wins
2
through.
wins.
That's for donkey kicking the horse.
Yeah, what Aaron was saying before was that he wanted to draw his top ATRT when he drew that support token, but he wanted to kick the Wookiee to death, so he took the Wookiee kick.
Look, all in the name of fun too.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Kick the third ball.
Far out. We're getting into animal abuse now. Rex jumping up.
Rex just did double move, I think.
Yep, just his double aim action basically.
Yep.
Get those aims going. Rex is often popular use, an aim generator.
Yeah. He's in a really good spot. He's got a jetpack, don't forget, so he's in a really good spot.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about
So he
that.
can get to a really nice.
He's on. Sorry.
There you go. Sorry.
I was gonna say with him with the jetpack turns him into a really interesting character. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of like a crappy Sabine.
Yeah. I'd argue a better Sabine.
Well, depending on how you're looking at it, but
Yeah.
no Pierce, but he's got sharpshooter, so
He becomes, once you get the jetpack on him, he becomes a really interesting offensive piece, basically.
yeah. And especially once you burn his command cards, and like you were sort of saying, the courage value they don't really care about.
No.
So you can throw him away, and he's only 90 points.
Yeah.
Oh, well, 100 or so once you get him upgraded. So
If you lose him, you lose him.
God, I want to do a Lego Clan Army now.
No more Lego armies.
501st, no. That way I can be a clone player too. No. Only joking, look.
Alright, so I think we're just going to see a Z6 roll into an ATRT, trying to pick up some extra wounds on it.
Yep, making sure that heavy cover's been taken, which is always good.
And bang.
Here we go. The gambler's dice roll, the Z6.
Gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Welcome to karaoke session.
Aaron's practicing his other part-time career in the background, country music singer. Hang on, I think that might just be 4 crits.
If it is, that is gross.
I mean, we can't really see the dice rolls, which is okay, but we can surmise that we might actually be chasing... No, that's a blank out. They were hits, it would have been an awesome roll against the troop unit, but unfortunately...
Oh, 1 crit went through.
1 crit. See, that's why I love ATRTs.
Yeah.
Because it's just stupid.
It just absorbs a lot of fire.
It's like, if that was a trooper unit, it would be dead. If that was a rebel trooper unit, there'd be no questions asked. Through every cover, it'd be...
And aside from the Republic ATRT, they're seriously lacking anti-vehicle weaponry.
Yeah.
Sure, they've got the saber tank, but I don't think we really see that enough to warrant it. It's a cool unit, but
I mean, don't they have a rocket launcher as well? But I don't
Yeah.
know much about it.
I
That's
think it's
how
just,
often I've seen it.
I think it's just cumbersome. I think it's a cumbersome weapon. But look, I suppose we're not giving them credit. They do have a lot of anti-armor. They've got rockets on the barks, they've got the tank, they've got rockets on the trooper units, but I just don't think they're on the units or in a position of where they're used as much as we'd like to see them based on what they're on.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to take the rocket on a phase 1 squad when you can take a phase 2 squad.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, you're not even chasing the range, are you? Because
exactly.
you've got to take that clankers for the 1 turn that you need range
Exactly.
for. Yeah.
And most armor lists you could ignore and just outgun the troops.
Yeah, because normally in an armor list, the troopers are so minimal.
Yeah, exactly. So we shouldn't take away too much credit from them, but yeah, they're certainly not a dedicated anti-armor list like the Imperials are.
Yeah. And I mean, even like droids, you've seen them ditch their rocket launchers for E5Cs and naked squads,
I don't see
basically.
any rockets anymore.
No, it's just
We do have an aim though.
kind of just like the old HH12 as well.
Yeah, but it might come back with the clone ATRTs back on the field. Rebel ATRTs look like to be making a comeback.
I think, to be honest with you, from the Imperial side of things, you might actually see the DLT come back.
Yeah.
Because the RT97C is a good gun, but it's having no impact is horrible.
I think we're just in an interesting spot of the light armor.
Yeah,
I think.
which is cool because light armor can be dealt with just through the natural rolling of the dice. You don't need dedicated like impact 4 to actually knock something out.
Yeah.
It's nice if it happens, but I mean, I gotta admit, I'd love to see an ATST on the board right now.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Bang, bang.
Looks like 5 squad just took a shot at that ATRT, but didn't score any dice. And I think this is where I think I have a slight issue with. It looks like they have ruled that units are safe in that building, because I can't see any reason why those two squads there would have shot at that ATRT and not the troopers and Clan Red.
Because that was just a given shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not sure about that personally, but again, player's choice. We are merely here to observe.
Oh, fantastic. Like I needed this thing to have another wound.
So it really comes down to how long those ARC troopers can stay alive, I think, because they're the only thing that Aaron currently has contesting that middle point.
And I guess we can quite easily. I think the mana's just jumped in.
Yeah, so I think it's 2 on 2 at the moment there.
This is interesting.
You get what the reference is for?
Whether or not Aaron has a super aggressive double move, I just don't think he gets enough space. He might. Oh yeah, he'll get into range on that easy. So now he's up 3-2 based on that.
Should get me just within range.
Ever so slightly.
So I've got 3.
I just love to see those Wookiees in on Aaron's back objective right now.
No one will score the center.
It just would have been so brilliant.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it, just to see them wiped out before their prime. Like this turn, maybe if the ATRT hadn't been there or something, jumping that. What is it? I think there's an arc sniper at the back there and getting into combat or something like that. Like we were saying, it maybe scale would be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, they can climb stuff, right?
Yeah. Them big furry hands. Right, looks like that's in the round. So based on that, I think I'll get Liam just to confirm, but I'm pretty sure it's
Either was killing my ATR.
2-1 to Aaron.
With another ATR. Come on.
I think so. Yeah, wow, they
So it's 1-1.
burned through the end of the.
Oh, it's 1-1. So it looks like they
No one
might
has
be.
the center one, because there's, what is it, 3? 3 each?
Sabine jumped in as well. Cool. So it's 1-1.
Also, 1-1. This red thing.
I don't want to miss command cards.
It's not like you're going to come in, die.
So completely tied in the
I'm
middle
not
there.
coming indoors. Sit
Now-
there and
Hotly
rock the boat
contested.
for the whole game.
Now, Aaron, how much money do you want to put on explosions?
Well, we know we can go in and out of that building pretty comfortably. There's a good. Oh, jeez. You know what? I'm not a gambling man.
Bryant's measuring some interesting ranges there.
That looks familiar enough, like a range 2 ruler with the center point being one of those charges. I think turn 3 explosions. I think any later, to be honest, and you're starting to waste it.
Yep.
This is going to really make his day. I mean, who doesn't love an explosions turn?
It's the
But
best.
I would definitely reckon it's coming.
Surely.
If he doesn't play it right now, I think the point is well and truly gone.
That's literally my whole life.
So I've got a retinue.
And you know what? There are actually some pretty good options to play explosions and get out of dodge too.
Yeah. Hello. The great Liam has visited us.
Hello. We're getting a visit from the tech gods, apparently. And there we.
What?
No.
What?
He
That's
played Turning the Tide.
what's turning the tide?
It's like a very good time to do it too.
2
Cassie.
vehicles, and they both get Inspire too. And then Aaron played We're Not Programmed to give all the surges out. So, well, I am tickle me confused. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm stumped, to be honest.
Just,
Explosions would have just been.
I mean, it's not bad, but my problem is I don't see Turning the Tide as an appropriate command card in it, like opposite that. Does that make sense? So like, for example, if we go back to what I love talking about that time, that you're expecting explosions from me, and I played her 3-pip.
Yes, and
That's-
guys, if you could see, I am still definitely rolling my eyes right now. But anyway, yes, go on.
That's an appropriate command card to play other than explosions because it still has a lot of benefit.
Oh,
There's no suppression out. I don't see, unless he's using it to get suppression of Cassian, but I don't see why Turning the Tide is any benefit.
But Cassian wants suppression.
I don't understand that 2-pip. It's not a bad 2-pip, it's just in...
Trying to get outside.
Well, it is, sorry.
yeah, I like it. I think it's okay, but that over explosions, I don't
I mean,
understand.
even so, what are we haven't actually seen the command hands, unfortunately.
No.
I'm trying to think what else would be. So he's Cassian, Sabine.
Actually, no, we have some.
Oh, have we? Because I'd like to know what else is in his hands. That way we can have a bit of a decipher of what. So we've got all of Sacrifice, Legacy, Mandalore.
I can't be right.
Oh, there's just 2 standing orders. That's all. Oh, hang on. Sacrifice, Legacy, Mandalore, Last Stand, Crackshot, Explosions, and
That must be the.
it's
I would
Fortitude.
just,
I mean, you know what? If you're not going to play,
I would like Sacrifice on this turn would be good.
yeah, or even just standing orders and allow you to first last with Sabine,
Yep.
so that way you could just jump straight into Explosions next turn. That maybe I'd understand. But a 2-pip is a very non-committal card. You're not trying to go for priority, but you're also like you don't care if you lose it.
Yeah, especially
I mean, if you-
that tight,
Yeah.
like 2 support units.
I
To be
mean-
honest, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess given Cassian's a long layout, so any of his cards that would benefit the other units are pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe a Sacrifice. Yeah, you definitely. I can see that, but
I was thinking, if anything, Sacrifice might have made sense this turn, so that Cassian could stay alive.
yeah, because he's gonna die this turn. Like you sort of said, we're surprised that he didn't die last turn.
Yeah.
So I think Aaron's been sort of waiting that one out, and now he can do it pretty much at leisure, unless Brian decides to run, which I'd be pretty inclined to right now.
It's just such a juicy bubble of death that Explosions would have been, and he basically has to be in the spot which you could easily get it done.
It could be standby.
And then,
Why didn't
you know what,
calculate on standby?
she could get into a spot, then jump out too. Because if you see the top corner of that building, jump out to there, 1 speed back, you're forcing everybody to come all the way around.
You know what? Call me a masochist. I would almost jump her into engagement
Ah.
to just tie up an activation, throw the bombs, do as much damage as possible. Worst case, you take 2 damage or 4 damage, but I don't see her taking 4 damage from those bombs.
You've got a couple of suppression to sort of get you through being shot at.
And she's now tied up a unit. If that unit withdraws, there's an activation gone. Like in terms
And that's huge when we're coming
Yeah.
to clones.
and then claim Ren, jump over, and pick on a unit. Like, I just think that would have, that's what I would have done.
I mean, Clan Ren aren't slash in combat. From memory, they're 6 black, aren't they?
Yeah.
6 black surge to hit. They don't have any of the fancy rules because we're not looking at the resistance unit.
Yeah.
But they're still, and if someone disengages from that unit and then starts shooting at them, they're almost in one of the best positions they can be in because they're dodging.
Yeah, I just think that would be. I think there would have been merit to that. Looks like ATRT shooting. It's another 2 wounds onto. Single wound.
Oh, so the rebel ones are finally up to
Yeah,
threshold.
a damage roll. I just think it's a weird. Look, I'll have to talk to Brian after this and figure out what his plan was there. I just think it's a weird decision. I don't. see
Maybe
it.
you know what? Look,
But we're not playing, so
No.
we don't know what he's thinking or what his plan was.
and I think it'd be one of those good moments to sort of explore and go. Given this isn't a top tier game, we're not looking at the top of the LVO, but
Whoa, you heard that, Brian and Aaron? I just said it's not the top tier game.
not top tier as in it's not a tournament. Here we go. Look, I'm well renowned for putting myself
Do
in
you want a
it.
shovel?
Brought my own, don't worry. Maybe he's been a bit experimental and wanted to give the card a go.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Though. We're not looking at.
Well, obviously you don't. Otherwise, you wouldn't have dropped me in the shit. But yet here we are, up to my friggin' eyeballs in it. But
I do like what we have in our local scene here, though, from a meta or lack of meta.
I'll take the second
therefore,
one if you don't want.
it's everybody's trying their own weird shit,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like even stuff that I look at and go, that doesn't make any sense to me. Makes sense to other people.
Yeah.
which is awesome because there's nothing worse than a like a stale, boring game.
Yeah. Good input from me there. We can have a group discussion after the game on stream.
Ooh, that would be
We
cool.
go ask what crazy bonkers ideas they had through the game and what didn't work.
I forgot my notepad because then I'd be running down questions that I wanted to ask them at the end.
Did you have an itch on your left side when you went through?
Why was your eye twitching when the Wookiees died?
The Wookiees. I'm still sad about the Wookiees.
I mean, I'm not gonna, like we sort of keep discussing, they would be dead if either of us were playing, but at the same time, I still want to see them on the table.
Yeah,
Because it's not me playing against them.
Yeah, I love seeing Wookiees on the table.
One. So
See
it
some
doesn't panic,
saves happening.
which is good.
Damn it!
That's...
Now, Liam, are they really quiet? So I can't hear anything from their side.
So I don't have more than one. I don't have more than one action.
No, you only got
Sexy
one
Cassian, chill on his building, looking at some real estate.
That's a bit of butt. Have to go there, sorry.
Yep.
Cassian's making his money.
How dare he? Moonlighting. Oh,
Moonlighting.
Yeah.
I think we've just seen a Cassian shot.
I think we have.
So, 2 more clones, supposedly. Oh, yep. Oh.
Looks like he'll pop that, so that was an impervious roll there.
Yep.
So 1 wound, and that'll be on Echo.
Ooh, Echo's down to
Echo
1.
on 5's having 2 wounds is massive.
Rather than dying all the time.
Absolutely massive.
How did Fires end up copying an extra wound? Did Aaron choose to place the wound?
No, sorry, I mean just the units
Oh, yep.
having 2 wounds.
Oh,
With
so
on
sorry.
the
I-
die card.
yes, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's in.
It's huge.
The 3-wound strike team is just wrong.
Echo dies, he promotes the
All
other
sorts
dude
of
to 2
wrong.
which is
That's
2.
what it is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I would think it's kept full.
It means that you can put them in places you would never put a traditional strike team.
You can. I think the best thing about it is you can risk that. If you do want to go for that sniper trade, you can risk the trade. You can
Yeah.
go, I'm going to pop
Cassian,
Echo out, take a shot, but I'm happy on the return for that.
And the worst case scenario, he loses both wounds and ends up eating his friend anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he only has 1 wound when he comes back, but still, who cares? It's.
yeah, another one.
I see some white dice being rolled.
I think that was another win on Cassian. Yep, it's
Hey,
back
man,
then.
white dust, what do you expect?
Well, it's 4 white dice, I think.
So yep, that's another. I think Cassian's only got 1 wound left.
Yep, that looks like a 5. That's a scary place to be.
Right, well, then we...
Yeah, I mean, he's not the commander, so, you know, if he dies, he dies. But
How would you feel
that's yours, man.
if you clambered and lost him to the clamber?
Can't kill Cassian this turn.
Oh.
Bit too
Oh.
I just think you should have got off that building maybe a turn ago.
Yeah, just taking the extra wound. Like, even if you just look at it as, I'm happy to take the wound to pay the
Yeah.
price to get down, to make sure that I'm not actually dead.
Yeah.
Because he was on 3 from turn 1, wasn't he?
So
So,
you can just play his 3-bit recovery and get him into range 3 to do a shot there because he's got tactical.
the worst case scenario, you use him to hold the rear objective.
Yeah.
He's got support. K2 can jump out and, you know, if he needed to cross that gap between those buildings to get to that back point, he could easily use Sacrifice to just suck the wounds off him and let him do the gauntlet.
Yeah. Because you've got to remember, you don't actually need to lose K2 to gain the benefit of the card. You can just use Guardian as part of that.
And I mean, or you could even save that card for a last round jump onto the objective.
Yep.
Just go, alright,
Yeah. Kill me now.
can't touch this.
Looks like the dice tray moved a little bit. Might need to fix that one up.
really rolling, so.
Liam or Code.
He's gonna shoot the ATRT with his gun.
Someone's done bumped it.
who done goofed?
Critical 1. Gets a name.
Okay, sniper
I,
shot.
I don't know what it is, but something's driving me nuts about that big building in the middle. I kind of just want to move it or take it off the table. It's so big. It's so
I
big.
don't mind it.
Oh, double
I just
crit!
want to put like the falcon on top so that way I can't get inside.
I don't mind it being there. I don't like how they move.
Oh, piece 1.
Yeah, so you're
No.
probably gonna
That's
die.
my issue with it.
I feel a bit bad saying it on stream considering I'm playing next, but I would never rule a big piece of terrain like that. For me, stuff that big is just impossible.
Yeah.
And even meaning that you can't jump on top of it, I think don't like going to that extent.
Yes! Die, ATRT!
But hey, they seem to be fine with it, so
It's their game.
pretty much.
And that's the joys of playing
How do
tabletop
you feel
games.
about
You
that,
can
comedy
cheat if
theory?
you need to.
Yeah. So it looks like that strike team just finished off that ATRT down the bottom there.
Or are they?
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
yep. That's
Oh, hey, we'll
that poor
gladly do
ATRT.
Yep, that Bryant's arm.
They've got.
That's a very good shot of Bryant's arm.
Yeah.
They've got.
As you can see, a toned arm.
He's wearing a CPO. Very good at telling how long he's got left in the round.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
laser bullets kill things. I'm not sure about yours.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big loss there, losing that. But see,
One trooper and an ADR.
there's still a lot of strength just in Sabine and Clan Ren. Like, they can turn the game like that.
And I mean, he's even though he didn't play explosions, he's still got explosions, and that threat is still around.
None of the
I mean,
things
what?
the troops
We were at
get.
turn 3. Maybe he didn't play it because it wasn't a scoring round.
Literally got
Maybe.
two Zeds.
Like that could also, and you don't want to waste any of your cards, but you don't want to totally lose priority either because you know you don't want to play standing orders. Maybe that's the answer because I was sort of looking at it going, oh well, but I'd rather stop stuff early.
Yeah. Preemptive strike, not reactive.
The other phase.
I'm an ex-Imperial player. Things die before they get to my side of the, well, my half of the table. Never mind my side.
Yeah.
If something gets to my side, that's it. I mean, I'm running away.
Yeah, run away.
Courage 0, get shot at and run.
Yep.
Shoot at Rex.
Clan Ren jump up on a building here. Who is going to be the target?
And you know what, come to think about it, it's sad about the Wookiees, but if they were Ewoks, would anybody be any happier? I would be, personally.
If they were Gungans, I'd be.
Oh, if they were Gunkins.
I want to make a Gungan bounty hunter for a Star Wars RPG, to be honest.
Why? Why are you like this?
Because I
That's
like
just-
to cause other people
So who,
pain.
who's who in this?
Yeah, but
Flies is
Jesus, I don't know how to feel about that. I had a really good line, but I don't think I really want to say it on stream, so there you go.
Misa want a hunter.
Where's your, I'd say where's your dignity, but
Oh,
I don't think you ever have it.
So looks like I'm going to get Clan Ren shooting down into 5 squad.
And Brian's, I think he looks a little confused as to which squad is which.
And I can understand why.
You know, yeah, look, that's fair too. I mean, Brian and I, we have a very back and forth thing. He's well known for disliking my droids for my lack of squad markings. I have addressed it since then, but it's yeah, clones, droids, and Imperials, they always look the same from the other side of the table.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And it's even worse with clones and droids needing to bubble up so much to gain the benefit of their orders.
Yeah, because most Imperial and Rebel, you just sit in the old-fashioned triangle, don't they?
Yep.
Like, there's normally a standard sort of like, you've got like a little triangle, or they're sort of in their own bubble, but droids and clones just honeycomb. Like, it's... And they need to as part of their
These
strategy.
guys are courage 3 because of spies. Well, they
So we're
might
just
be
talking
happy.
around who's got which courage here.
yeah, it's the cover guy.
I think Brian's trying to look for some suppressive fire to try and remove some actions.
Oh yeah, that's right, because Tristan's suppressive, isn't he?
Yep.
I've been caught out by that. I wasn't happy. Grievous wasn't happy at all.
Grievous is not.
I was like, shit, I can't move.
Suppressive.
So they got 3 hits and then 3 survived.
I like the fact that the Clan Ren isn't an offensive unit.
It's very defensive, isn't it? Yeah.
Like, their dice pool, like, it's equates to roughly like a Death Trooper unit, sort of, but really, like, their strength lies in being able to, like, grab onto a box and just go, no, it's mine.
Yep.
Kind of like an angry 3-year-old.
They're kind of also, we're hitting that point in the game where the longer they're around, the harder they are to kill.
And then, once they're at the end of the game, they can actually kill stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Sabine gets half a good explosions roll, which I'm assuming is coming next turn. They're just going to be a menace to deal with.
Wait a minute, so does that mean I lost $50? Because, god damn it.
You may have.
Which is the main.
If anybody would like to front me on that, I'm definitely ready to go double on turn 4.
I told you it was going to get confusing because Tristan's got a rifle. Anyway, yours, man.
So I think they're just work. Okay, so I think now Sabine's going.
Awesome.
Can you click?
Maybe we're going for a last gunslinger into a first explosions.
So what I like about this, if he does what I think he's going to do, it's my favourite play with Sabine,
You're going to explode next turn
is you
anyway.
move her up, you get your gunslinger shot. But your explosions turn is actually
Move into the
throw
corner.
bombs, move back, gunslinger,
Yeah.
blow up
Jump
bombs,
up here and stop.
and you just get
That is the most efficient
yeah,
Sabine
you
play,
just
isn't
get
it?
a
Death.
huge amount of death
Or
from that.
you can just outright leg it.
Yeah, that too.
Like, screw your gunslinger when you can just be like, hey, you can't shoot me now.
Yep.
And on a scoring round, it's not the worst idea.
Yeah.
And she can take a couple of units worth of fire, like, pretty comfortably.
Easy.
There's no pierce left, I don't think.
It's more the suppression she worries about.
No, I don't.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
think it's more that.
So I guess you've got to be wary that there's not enough to panic her.
Yeah.
And given, even if she gets her one action, you'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Which I think where the Darksaber kind of comes in handy.
Dauntless. Yeah.
Oh,
That's what you're paying for the Darksaber. Who
Yeah.
cares about the immune to pierce?
it's 25 points of I get a free action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love the
I mean, Krennic was just the thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Being able to free move your entire army.
You know, I absolutely adore the Sabine blast first in like Gunslinger into Gunslinger explosions. I just think it's a fantastic play.
I mean, if he pulls it off, that's a lot of dead clones. Like, comfortably.
Yeah.
And one of them has gunslinger, so it's going to light up
I
the
mean,
family as well.
Surely Aaron's predicting Gunslinger next turn, and he's prepping a one hit for it.
Yeah, to at least force a roll off.
Because Rex gone this turn yet? So I can see Rex jumping up and doing a very simple thing.
Yeah, we could see like a double gunslinger turn.
Pew, 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 pew.
The 6 kills potentially.
Just need Harden here to add some more Gunslinger.
3 kills to lose her.
I think Brian's just really working out the semantics of what he wants to do here. Because I think he's drawn Sabine. He has no choice. He has to go Sabine. I mean, he just doesn't want to put her in a position where...
I guess there is a couple of safer spots which he could go to, but it leaves him really...
Yeah.
Or do you just forgo this turn's gunslinger, I'm chucking a standby, God forbid Rex jumps up, you can take a shot at him, then you're not taking suppression from being shot at,
Yeah, that could work.
because if Rex comes in, she can pull off a standby.
The thing I look at,
I was hoping to pull her.
there's another play.
What's the other play?
It all hinges on Cassian surviving, but I don't think they.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's taken volunteer mission. No. The other play is you move Sabine up, you take the shots. You're comfortable that she can
And if I
survive,
put her down to 1 wound and win
and
the tie,
all the suppression she
or 1
takes,
pip, she might die.
Cassian removes them with volunteer mission next turn,
Heavy
being
cover.
that 3-pip machine
Heavy
gun
cover
cover.
and a dodge.
Actually, here's a question, and this is something I've never
That's
really thought about because I haven't played a lot of Sabine myself. Can you use her 1-pip to get her out of combat?
Stuff it.
I don't think so. No, I didn't think so, but I thought I'd check because I thought that might open her up.
Yeah,
Her
you
options up a
can't,
little.
you can't, it's just a move.
It's just a straight
So,
move. Okay.
yeah, it's not disengage or withdraw.
Yep,
You have to
that's
be
fair.
able to make the
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I was thinking even jumping into combat and punching something might actually not be a bad idea.
So she
Oh,
can,
you know what?
she
You know
can
what?
arm,
Because
and she can still fire.
so this is where I'm confused about that turning the tide
She can
one
fire
again.
and
Yeah.
I feel that could have been Legacy of Mandalore,
Well, no, so you have to do the
where she gets the tokens, pops up on
she
top.
can fire. Then
I've got all my dodges.
Try and shoot me,
Yeah.
and then into a 1-pip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because it's a 3-pip, you'll lose. You're guaranteeing. You're almost guaranteeing to lose the priority.
Yep.
Her order's out, so you don't have to stuff around. I think because that's one of the things I've noticed sort of seeing rebel players and playing with rebels is you need order control over your characters. Otherwise,
Yeah.
drawing like a key piece when you don't want it just screws people up completely.
You don't care too much about your troopers, like they're kind of whatever, but your characters need to be
it's gonna be
controlled.
dangerous.
Yes.
It's
It's like Sabine's
really,
jumped up.
it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
hard
Get a
to
gunslinger.
really potentially really high reward.
I mean, there's 3 clone units left to go. She could quite comfortably shoot those 2, at least knock back a little bit of the firepower coming back at her, which is not the worst idea.
Start bombing shit.
I think, have all the
So
SF
what
gone?
I wanted.
Or the arcs?
So
Sorry.
the reason I didn't play that.
So I mean, she's pretty safe.
Yeah, it looks like just troopers.
And she'll have hard cover. So hard cover dodge, nimble.
Because I wanted what I wanted was her to be able to. Because if
I would have
play
always
that,
put in range of that ATRT. It's on 4 wounds.
Oh, and just go click,
Just
click.
try and sniper like 2
I
wounds
wanted
onto
to get
it.
her
I
last
mean,
first.
it's
I was hoping to get her
not
last first.
impossible. And you'd remove an activation which you'll struggle
Yeah.
to remove late game.
That'd be a
Yeah.
huge loss to the ATRT.
And that's what I. And I
Given
really
those
should
clones firing back at her,
first.
if there's enough of them alive, 3
Oh,
units
yeah,
can
that-
with enough. And I see a lot of green down there.
And one of them is 5 squad, which
Oh.
his dice pool is just disgusting.
So, from what I can see, there's 3 aims and 5, 6 surges. That's enough to put a hole in anything. I mean, like, that's
You need crits? We got some of those.
Even one of those squads, like,
Yeah.
given she's got situational, so she still get a dodge, but dodge and heavy cover is still only 3. When you're looking at a dice pool of 10 out of a Z6, and you can make that hit.
So hang on. He just dodge moved up.
3 red.
He didn't even gunslinger.
We're gonna get named first.
Oh, Brian, I need to know what you're thinking, mate, because I don't agree with your last two. Your last two plays.
He's got tactical.
Because now she's just going to get suppressed.
So he's going
So I see 4 face-ups, so that's 4 suppression. That's 3 at the end of the round.
He must be just prepping for a nice bomb turn, but I just would have preferred the, like, I think the gunslinger shot would be better.
I think I would have taken the really sort of passive play and just sat inside that box and gone on stand, like dodge standby and just go, look, if you want to come in, that's fine, but next turn I'm coming out.
Yep. So it's like 2, and I'm gonna guess it's on CB.
Oh, sharpshooter 1.
Yes.
So
So,
that was what I used.
so it looks like Rex has moved. Yep. So I move back.
3
Three hits. Cover takes 1. Dodge takes 1.
Now she's up for heavy.
Yep. Now Rex just gunslinger into something else.
Probably the other Mandos, I'd say.
Yep.
See, I would have rather seen Rex be forced to move up to the top of that building rather than just sit back down and just go, I'm just going to sit here now. Because at least he's kind of vulnerable to everything else that's down there. Like those Rebel Troopers, you know what? Aim firing Rebel Troopers could nick a couple of wounds off him.
Yeah.
Like comfortably do it.
Yeah.
Those 4 black dice, they're shocking.
And that's where we're seeing that lack of pierce from Rex in that shot just there.
Because Sabine kind of just giggled with that.
Sabine's like, haha, and the Mendo's are like, nah, thanks. We're good.
The man don'ts.
The man don'ts.
Because they don't fucking die, that's what.
That is a new one, I like that. I like that.
I'm curious why we haven't seen like the standard resistance squad run. I'm just putting it out there to, in the conversation.
My own thoughts are it's because they're too few, the model count is so small, they're only a 3 wound unit.
Damn aliens.
4 when you include the best casualist.
Yeah, which is pretty light.
Yeah.
So
I think you're paying a lot of money for 4 wounds.
Well, I guess you're paying the same amount of points for 6. Yeah, okay.
I think
No, that's
the
fair.
reason.
Oh, and a free dodge.
And a free dodge. So that's my only idea there. I think they're good. They're just such a different unit
Yeah.
to Clan Ren.
They kind of remind me of Scout Troopers, to be honest, in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like the 2 blacks, the Surge, it's kind of a bit sort of like,
I think that's why Inferno Squad on the flip side is so good. Oh, sorry, no, the ISF are so good compared to Inferno Squad. Because you're just looking at 5 wounds.
with a good heavy weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which plays into their own rules. Yeah.
Exactly.
And they're going to unload into Sabine.
God, if only you could have put the sniper into actual special forces.
Yeah, Delmico.
Yeah. Delmico into Death Troopers. Now that would be a pool I'd like to use.
Yeah.
6 black, pierce. Oof.
So this is a shot on the Sabine right now. 4
Stop
already.
it with the surges.
Up to 5.
To 5.
So 3 from dodge cover, so 2 through.
3 aims available there.
Oh shit.
That I can see.
So we're going to spend...
And enough surges that he is surge to hit, basically.
Yeah, he surged to hit.
I think-
Whether he rolls a surge is another question.
We're going to spend 3 surges to make 3 hits.
Looks like they're going to take away.
3 after cover.
So we'll go down to 3. Which isn't a bad amount of dice going over cover on Sabine.
Shouldn't Sabine be in heavy though? So that should be 3 for the dodge.
It's more as suppression.
Yeah, I think they took 2 away and then they
If we
dodged
can
once
put
again.
her up to
Yes,
4,
okay, that makes sense.
So
Whatever
I'm
we
moving
get
the
is
suppression
fine.
there.
Ooh, okay. I mean, it's not bad, but I'm more worried about the suppression, to be honest.
So suppression's going to be the killer.
Yeah.
Other rebels.
Given if there's only 4 units, she'll be on 4 and she'll lose 1 for the end of the round, so she's guaranteed 2. I'm guaranteed down to 3, but still, she can't. If she throws, she's stuck.
Yeah.
She can't use that speed 1 to jump down. It's
No,
jumps
she
back.
just actually has to stay elevated.
Yeah, which is dead Sabine, unfortunately.
Man, I almost would have liked to see Rex just jump up and start punching on.
Cassian's on 1.
Because what's Rex in combat? 3 red? 2
It's
red.
2 red. But he more just locks her up then and
Next
goes
turn
3
we should be able to
bombs.
kill Cassian, Sabine.
And her melee without a dark save is pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like 2 2 blacks done like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny, and it'd be a good use of Rex right now.
Mm.
Though I honestly see Rex hunting Rebel Troopers for the rest of this game.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. Brian's only got. But I've seen these positions before and come out on top. He's only really got Sabine and Clean Red to win this game.
But they can do it though, that's
They
the
can
funniest
do it.
part.
Catherine's in a spot where one more word gets rid of it, which I can just see happening.
Yeah, because next turn, those SF are going to pick him off first round.
So I think it's going to be explosions, and if it's not explosions, I no longer predict anything ever again. Because if Brian doesn't do explosions, I throw my hands in the air. Z6 roll, I'm guessing it's Sabine. There's no real better target. She's smack bang in the line of fire.
Yeah. We've still got aims there too, that's the incredible part.
Yeah. Should be 3 aims available realistically, assuming they did their own aim.
Yep.
Another 2 from that.
Yep. Then we're spending another one, I think.
Yeah.
I think he's going all in with this shot because this is a pretty good shot.
Looks like he all in. I think that's another 2.
This might be end up being a full Z6.
Looks like he's saving 1 aim for probably the last turn.
Just in case.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be 4.
Yeah, 4, 5. I think Sabine's come out pretty good though.
Yeah.
I think she made all of those.
I think our camera's only just off
Yeah.
in terms of just so noting, our camera's just off and seeing the entire trade. I think it's speed bump.
But looks like she only took 1 suppression, so I think they're all good.
Yeah, so 3 suppression.
God, she's tough. To be able to take, like any other unit, you fire a full Z6 and you get like 9 hits. Like even Stormtroopers just go, oh okay, fair enough. But Sabine just has this sense of like never gonna die. I don't know what it is. Oh, I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it, but I didn't feel confident enough. Ooh, ATRT's coming out.
Yeah, she's going to move up. And this is why this turning the tide turn is so confusing for me. Because it's the only orders you give it to the ATRTs, and then you didn't do anything with this ATRT.
Because Inspire only works at the start of the round, doesn't it? Oh, the start of activation.
Start of the activation, and it was out of range of speed, so...
Yeah. Her dodge is good. You could have jumped her up like straight away and just been like,
yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have done, but
no,
you would have had the control over it too. So
I'll have to talk to Brian. All he's going to hear is a bunch of bitching. I was just bitching about the play he made, but I want to know what his thoughts were, and I'm sure it'll make sense once he explains it.
I don't think we're moaning about it. We're just more wanting to understand why he's done it.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, it's not the worst. It's definitely not bad play. It's just I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like I would never have done that.
I think it's just not the obvious play.
Yeah, and maybe he's seen something on that table that we did not see, which I think is entirely possible.
So it's like 4.
And I mean, when you get pushed into a position like this, like Brian's in a tough spot right now. You start making some really interesting decisions.
Yep. So it looks like she made all those again.
Wow.
Happy days.
Sabine is loving it.
Yep.
To cop 1 wound from 4 rounds of fire out of the clone army, and all of them phase 2s. That's
huge. Alright, it's
So-
going to be explosions.
so. Are we double? So Aaron, you asked me if I'm a betting man. Are you a betting man now? Are you going
It
to lay
is.
something down?
It is 100% explosions. If it is not explosions, I give up.
All
Simple
right,
as that.
fair.
Mate, you can come around and watch it.
Yeah.
Alright.
We have an extra.
We are joined by Dan.
We have a Daniel now.
My Armada game finished. I lost horrifically. So.
Alright, so we're betting this an explosions turn. It is not.
So-
Right.
Oh, we need the. So we've got Sabine right there. Clan Red is in the middle.
Yeah.
Those are all the clones. Do you reckon, as our guest, that there's going to be explosions? We're waiting on the command card. What do you think, Daniel?
I was like, it'd be a bad move not to do explosions. I think with just the richness of the target environment.
Wow, you have.
Oh,
Wow, this commentary is not up to you. The richness of the time.
I think we just got left in the dust. Jesus.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Listen, I didn't do well in English in high school for nothing.
I'm changing my name to Redneck Aaron.
Taking
some bets, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
There we go.
It was explosions.
It was explosions.
Yeah,
I saw the bright orange of that beautiful card.
So I think I think Rex actually won priority here. Well, rather, Aaron won priority.
Ooh, okay.
Fucking Arctic.
So, what? So,
Drew and Artie.
Yeah.
Shoots me in the face.
see, my question is, why wouldn't you just go for Rex and engage?
Yeah, just.
And be like, Sabine, if you want to do anything,
I think the thing is you can still throw the bomb
Fucking Arctic. I want a
and
squad.
not hit
Squad
herself
of
because of
dudes.
the elevation.
no.
Because
No,
of the
no.
line of sight.
No, I wouldn't say so. Because
Three.
range is,
ATRT got dropped.
elevation doesn't have anything to do with range.
No.
Oh, yeah,
No,
now
no,
she
it's not
will.
range.
Oh, it's the line of
Oh.
sight.
Line of sight.
Yeah, but I don't think she'd be able unless she was like
Oh,
super
yeah,
high up.
actually no, because if you moved out a bit, if you went back, like,
Share.
that's a tough one.
Mm.
I think if you moved,
No, you have to move because last week I think it was last week or the week before I had a very similar situation on that same terrain height level. And if I didn't move one away, I would have been caught in the blast.
oh, here we go. Sabine's got two actions. This is going to be so she's all open. While we just have a look at, and we're going for the ability to range one throwdown.
It's everyone but this.
Are we going to see a gunslinger, or are we going to get a dodge? What do you think? I think
I'd like to see a gunslinger.
Yeah.
just go all in.
Yeah.
If I go here,
And I reckon if she plays the bomb well, I think you're right. She might actually be able to get out of line of sight from the charge,
if I throw the bombs here, because that guy.
and then still clip like 2 units at the back there.
No.
And maybe even put a hole in Rex.
Range one to.
Oh, hang on. Did I get that wrong with the suppression?
Looks like she's got 3 stats in
Oh,
there.
okay, never mind. It looks like
So
I
one action.
still needing glasses. Apparently.
Here, borrow mine.
Oh god.
You can see this.
Everyone in this little bubble here.
Look, he can get everybody, basically.
I think that's the best he's got to. Is just to go for it. Chuck the charge and then just hope she lives through the round. Put enough suppression down that there's no aims coming out of these guys.
And if she gets a few cleans in the process, fantastic. So we're just going to start cycling through the dice now.
Yep. We're doing it. Yeah, not even putting the charges down. We're basically just going, yes, all these units are taking 2 charges, and that's the end of it, pretty much, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, okay. So I've got that one, that one. Got everyone in there except for phase one and the other.
This is the obligatory. So all of this is going to be covered in red fucking paint.
This is why I'm killing.
So I'm gonna go bomb one, bomb
Just get out. So count your units and double the amount of suppression. Just get that out and have it handy,
Yep.
because it's probably going to happen. Yep. Oh look, we actually have that up the top. The little the obligatory pile.
It's already made both.
So two hits, 2 saves.
Second one.
2 hits.
Made both.
I hate the question. Did I see black and red?
Oh, it's a black and white, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
No, we can't.
No, we can't say anything because we're not.
But
You know.
it does.
Fucking hell.
Aaron should be able to pick him up at
About
least.
it.
There we go.
Hey.
The other squad. Pass.
God, if that explosion was black and a red, we'd be.
That would be awful.
Oh.
The
Yeah.
white dice missing is the only thing that saves you.
I just
Yeah.
go over to Rebels full time.
Okay. Rex.
So it looks like we. Oh, I think I saw a clone.
Yeah.
I also double missed that one.
Oh, okay, that's unfortunate.
The richness of the target environment is proving quite substantial, and I'm not good at this.
The richness of the target environment is good, but the effect of the explosions is very poor.
Yeah, no, but good is not
Yeah.
fancy enough. Sorry.
You've ruined all your shit.
Yeah, no.
But it is still a better sentence than we have ever put together.
Explosions go bang!
Yeah, that's pretty good enough. Explosions go boom boom.
Hey, clones fell over. No, they're just sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
So I have a feeling that Bryant hasn't got a single kill yet.
Oof. Are we only on the first run through though?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
At
I'm
least you
not.
didn't
Because
complain
he's lost an
about
ATRT already. I
Don't
believe.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely wasn't
Because I peeked in there before I came
Oh
in.
no, what I mean is from this explosions.
Oh, from the explosions? No, I thought he got rid of one clone. I thought I saw.
One dies.
Oh well, speaking of clones, you
Hey,
just
one
saw that one
dies.
go.
One
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There's the, and that's an important one.
Hey,
I think we've just seen an arc sniper die.
I think that was the spare one, not the sniper.
Ah.
Red dice for
Part of the arc too.
Yeah.
giant pile of suppression. How did that run out?
Is it?
It's
I don't-
suppression, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because that's how you
Which does nothing against the phase
It did
2s.
really
No,
do.
dropping the bomb.
It would have been a bit better if it hit the phase 1s, but Sabine's gone.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
just sleeping.
Not wearing the helmet as well, so that's a concussion.
So this is where I think I would have preferred her to jump up, gunslinger, pending suppression, gunslinger, throw bombs, and back out.
And then basically hope she doesn't die.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, off her 3 pip from last turn.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of clones left after that.
I don't know where I
I'm
put it.
counting
They
about.
could just swarm the middle objective because then Brian doesn't have what he needs to go capture the
One
back
over
one.
here.
Yes.
haven't-
I think they could just swarm,
Have
get stuck in
magically
and just
collected
go.
one.
Let's do it.
You know what? If he gets rid of Cassian,
Oh, yeah, they're down there. It's
That's it, Clone Rain's here too.
Shot, yeah.
Fell off their glass. Casserole done.
not a lot of love for Clan Ren right now.
I'm happy to see them die.
Yeah.
You heard it from the. Oh, I heard it from one of the
I killed
Arabs.
two-face dudes.
I'm happy
Fuck
to see
this
him off
gag.
the board, but anyway. Never mind.
So Echo,
No,
is
you
he
got one,
going
so
to
it's
get
back.
the? He's got 2 actions. Is this
So
going
he's
to be Cassian
to
drawn?
Take an aim
Oh.
and shoot. What's his face? Cassian.
Surely.
1 wound left. He's still going to cut through, cover, and dodge, so he does need that crit, which, you know, isn't saying a lot.
Spent the aim.
Is that a blank?
I think it's a hit.
Yeah, it looks like a hit.
So it needs a second, but he had to spend an aim for it.
Failed them all.
He's rolling.
Die.
No pierce.
Oh, this is where we see Danger Sense come into handy.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Like-
he's Cassian's alive.
Kind of everything.
Oh, Echo did not do his job. For once, he
Yeah.
Brian, I think, just pulled a bit of a break there. Nice to see
Yeah.
after the explosions not going off.
Watch Cassian not die after all the shit
I'm
we've
not
given him.
roaring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things with like explosions. I feel is with Echo's dice where it seems really, really good, but when you need it, you just don't roll a crit.
Fuck Aaron.
Oh, Echo is your odds are like 25% of a crit. It's pretty good. It's just that
Oh, maybe. Should I just do Cassian?
there's yeah.
I do
Yeah,
have
I
another
think the
option.
amusing thing is they're both down to they're both down to bag drawing. So
Yeah.
realistically, he won.
Ooh, K2.
Well, you know what I would have almost done is just forego on
Of
the
glory.
Rex one tip ability and just use Rex to generate 2 aims to give Echo that pierce.
Stop that.
Mm.
Nope.
Yeah, or even to fill out the other squads to make sure that Sabine dies.
Yeah.
Because in that
Yeah.
position, you can if she gets away this turn, that's it.
Oh,
That's what I was saying.
yeah, terrible.
Cassian attack.
Because round 5, round 6, Sabine alive is just never a good day. Though Bright may not have enough stuff to whittle down those squads.
Mm.
Because normally you want Sabine at a point where she can just plink off like whole squads by
So they're
1,
gonna
2
take an aim,
wounds.
and they're going
Mm.
to unload it.
K2, getting K2 at that point was good though.
Yes, helps pad all that out.
It means we may actually see Cassie survive the round.
You know, again, because I'm an absolute masochist, I'd be split firing all of Clone Rain.
Wait.
And just putting out suppression.
You know,
Mm.
just every single, each unique weapon into
No,
a
I
unique
only use
squad.
one.
Basically, just keep them up there so that they can't escape.
Oh shit.
Just kill what you can
There's
and
literally 5.
And then run.
yep.
You'd almost be inclined to throw the dice pool out there, try and cause some suppression. If you're lucky, a kill, and then jump inside the building and go, you can't get to us anymore.
Mm.
That's not
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's
the worst
better,
play,
it's one
but
next to- oh, it's fine.
I see a big fucking pool
Yeah.
come out just then too.
So that
Yeah.
one looks like a Clan Rain shot.
No, too many reds.
No.
I think that's it's a fire supported. Rex is doing his fire support.
Yeah,
thing, isn't he?
yeah.
He's doing fire support gunslinger bullshit this round.
The fire support would have been good, but I like because the explosions was gonna come. So if you play like a 3 pip, got 3 like clone units down,
Yeah.
face up vortex, and then fire supported all of them into Sabine or Clan Ren, you'd lose a lot of activations that turn, but you have a very high chance of just wiping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially that section, right?
Oh god.
Yeah.
I haven't even got
I
pleb
think
yet.
what we're gonna see right now
I think
is
Clan Rain just survived another shot.
What are you talking about? He's
Rex
just
fire
some
support
random
every single squad into Clan Ren
stuck in the
and
Mandalorian
just sit
squad
there
for some
Yeah.
reason.
until one of them either dies or
I
runs.
think the problem is he can't see Sabine.
Oh, can't you?
Well, if you look at where he is,
Oh yeah, he's too close.
I reckon the angle is too steep.
Dude, phone, light.
Oh, I keep
right.
sorry, I should turn this on for some reason.
Ooh,
This
did we
is
just
one
pull
I
Cassian?
had
Holy shit.
2, and then I gained
Does Cassian run? Use both actions to get the fuck out of there? Or
Yeah, but the
just to make it last to the end of the game? I mean,
Yeah.
right now you're looking at. Well,
Points you don't want.
The issue is he's unless he tries to clamber, he's gonna have to stay up there, and all you have to do is move for sniper team forward, and you can still try and hit him.
that's the reason he's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be inclined to go for the double and just get the hell out of there.
Mm.
You've survived.
You just climb down.
Yeah, like use your 2 actions.
Yeah.
Just accept the fact that this round he's not doing anything.
Because how many wounds does he have left?
One.
One. Well,
And there's 2 strike teams left to go.
mind you, it would be hilarious if he died while clambering down.
Or use both actions to foil.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We were having a joke before
yes,
about
yeah.
him clambering
Right,
and dying.
Yeah, and doing your shoot and then move back and then just being like, it's a 1 in 6 and you pull it up. You know, ironically, that's the thing that usually keeps him alive too.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks bad.
Death by grace.
I've got
So,
a
Oh yeah.
he's shot.
Ooh, are we shooting
You've
Echo?
got shenanigans too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I think
Where's
that's
the other
a
idiot?
dead echo, surely, right?
Woohoo! I got promoted!
So Echo didn't do his job and now he's paying for it.
Woo!
Yep.
It's good to see. Brian, I think that's a bit of a break for Brian. I definitely think he needed that.
Yeah.
Just to sort of,
Cassian's a lot safer now.
Mm.
whilst there's still 2 more strike teams, isn't there?
Yeah.
But it's more that
Unit.
Aaron's got to pull them out of cover
Yeah, okay.
to deal with Cassian, and then that ATRT can clean them up, because those strike teams, I think there's only the snipers left, because Cassian picked them off.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, no, fair enough. And then you
That's
could.
one thing we could shoot.
Stop that
Leave me
position.
alone.
It'd be pretty easy to sort of just jump up and just go bang bang.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
That's
it.
fire
That was a
support
bit
shot.
dodgy.
No, actually, it was a hit that rolled over.
Sabine doing her obligatory, I'm going to survive the round, even though I probably shouldn't have
Get
done.
ready for it.
She's going to live.
Either Hurricane Red, you're all going to live. 4.
Oh, maybe clambering.
4 down to 2 for cover.
Yeah, more Mando balloon.
Oh,
No,
Hey, we
No.
got the moon.
4 off. I think that's a
We got
failed
the
save
moon.
somewhere.
So it looks like I think they killed the generic commando.
Oh, that's
What are
fine.
you talking about? He's an idiot.
No, 2.
Ironically,
No?
I tell you, he's the disabled kid.
He's
who
literally
takes
there
have
to cop around. Basically, he's literally there to just.
he's just two. He's just
That's
two
what I
brains.
actually think of.
He, you know
That's
what?
all he is.
He's the brother no one cares about.
Mum said you
He's
have
the
to
dude
vote
no
me.
one wants.
No, he's just a red shirt.
Oh no, poor guy.
I should have painted him as a red man now. I was really
What
thinking
would
about it.
happen if a team of red shirts went up against a team of soldiers?
I'm pretty sure I've seen this mean nothing.
Does anything happens? It just.
Oh, I mean, the red shirts can still hit their targets.
Oh wait a minute, hang on.
But they're all meant to die.
Oh no, that's right. So the red shirts died, but the stormtroopers don't now actually hit them, right?
It's like a.
Oxymoron, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Schrodinger's death.
Jump away.
Schrodinger's red shirt.
Schrodinger's side characters. Are they dead? Are they not?
No, someone
I will
recalibrated their guns wrong, so they just
Yeah,
don't
of course.
explode.
Of course. They all just die together. at once.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, lemmings or worms where you set for suicide. It's like, oh, how'd you do? Oh, here we go. The ATRT lining up a shot.
How good does that ATR team look, though? It's a fantastic model, that
It's-
clone trooper.
I've heard it's a bit of a pain to put together.
Oh, yes, it's
Is it more difficult than the Rebel one, or is it just it doesn't have instructions?
Oh, don't
it like
start.
it shows you all the parts and it shows you the 2 different the variations you can have, but yeah, it just doesn't tell you how to pull the bits together. But you can get most of it constructed without an issue. It's just when you get down to where you want to position the legs right. There's the claws, which are all different bits, and then there's the first leg connector at the bottom,
I see.
which you have to the claws you basically have to pre-glue, so you have to try and guess where you want it,
Jesus.
and then if you get it wrong, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So it's basically like trying to put together a Lego kit by looking at the box. And look, I'm not even
Yeah.
like I'm up to Duplo. I can't get that. I can't even get to normal Lego.
I'd
so-
say Lego Technic kit.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, that's way out of my skill level.
So it's like a clan rin shot, just drop down to one, 2 dice up to cover,
It's a dead clone though.
and one clone goes down.
Yeah, but I mean, 1 clone for a Clan Ren member.
There's so many clones left.
It's nuts.
There's just. That's a swarm. It's a genuine swarm. Honestly, they can just rush the objective. I'd be just pushing in this turn.
Yeah.
You know
Just
what?
Going, I'm going to cap your objective.
Yeah.
Just double move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the points, get up on points, and then
3 on the button.
then your turn 5 comes in to see what you can kill, and then go back to capping points again.
To be honest with you, with Rex, this turn double move.
Yeah.
Get him on top of the building, and then your by round 6, you're definitely looking at I can threaten your rear.
Yeah.
Given K2 is there, but K2's got to babysit Cassian,
The
so.
thing is they've got to hold that back point.
Oh, I think I can see Ursa.
Like they've got to hold here.
We got her?
Yeah.
So someone has to hold that.
Now we can.
Which will probably be K2 realistically, but
And who's the commander at the moment? If
I
that
think,
rebel.
I think it's this rebel.
Yeah,
troop.
So the rebel troopers are becoming a little bit of a. He doesn't even have to look at them sideways, and they're gonna bowl.
Yeah.
Like we very rarely see units panic in Legion as anybody that's watched this. But having a Courage 1 troop unit, you know, they just run. It's just what happens.
Yep.
And it looks like when the top-down view that those clones, so the rebels in there don't have any cover either. So
No.
No.
if the clones get in there,
Yours, man.
Oh yeah, like
they're gone as well.
if anything gets into that middle box, it's just gonna be a shit show.
Yeah.
Like red versus white saves basically.
Anyway,
Who can make them?
these guys are going to aim at fire.
What's he doing with
Oh,
that?
yeah.
So I'm curious what's going on with that 4-man trooper unit that Bright just pulled down.
I don't know, weakening. So
Rolling crits anyway.
He's probably gonna have to pull him back.
Or you push them up to the side of the building there so that you can get them out of cover from the AT-RT, and then if he tries to push forward, you can try and save your commander unit by pushing them out.
I think they're
But then
trying
they're
to
gonna
snipe the AT-RT.
Yay!
In,
Those brave rebel troopers.
And they got a crit through, but it saved on the defense surge.
yeah.
That defense surge paying for itself once again.
Yep.
Still baffles me, FFG. 10 points, you give it scout, you give it an extra save.
Yeah. Oh, it's great with advanced positions.
And I'm a bit thirsty. Can you put your salty tears in my
hold on. Just, you know, if you'd like to capture. Goes great in curries, apparently.
Yeah, fantastic.
Fish and chips, even. I want cool toys, damn it.
I want fish and chips. Damn it, Aaron.
You know what, Mac is doing a palmy burger at the moment. It's freaking awesome.
Are they?
Yeah, I was actually. Well, it's basically just like a chicken burger with bacon and tomato sauce.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's. I didn't even know they were doing that.
I know. I went to the drive-through on my way in. I was eating something for dinner.
We're
And
getting Macca's on the way.
I was
Yeah,
like, you
I
know
know
what?
I'm doing on my own.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
Yeah, we are not sponsored by Macca's, but Macca's, if you're listening.
Look, we're desperate here, okay? Any free stuff is good stuff.
You see, like the posters on the side, you just gotta like overlay one of them with like a Macca's poster and watch it.
Army burger here.
Or like just a droid army, but it's painted in like the Macca's colours.
Oh, God.
Will probably be
I
one
think I
point
just threw up a
due
little
to
bit. No, don't worry. That's just the Maccas.
Yeah, no. You get your double AT, and you just stick a little Macca's sign on top. They're all sponsored because they're the corporate.
Oh, God.
So here comes an AT-RT,
Coming around the corner.
keep in mind. Stand by.
and he's going to get some nice shots. I
Yeah.
think it's a waste going into Rex.
Is it rotary? Are they? They're both rotaries. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Because I haven't seen anyone really use flamers, and I definitely think if that rebel one had a flamer, it could have been. It could have done
The problem with
decent
Rebel 1 having a flamer is you don't have the
range.
you don't have the range, but you don't have that free gun that the clone one
Yeah.
has.
Well, you do.
That's
It's just
It's
shit.
just shit.
Yeah.
Sorry to put it
Yeah.
plainly, fellas, but
Yeah.
Well, I think with the clone one, just because you have that grenade launcher, like
yeah.
if I could, I would just run triple AT-RT with no hard points and just run them up as they're getting within range 3, just grenade launch everything, and then just stomp them because you get 3 red dice.
I think it's
The
fine.
only thing with flamethrower ATRTs that everyone's forgetting is that they get shot at a lot. Like, more than... Like, an ATRT like that, people will go, you know what, I better kill this, I'm just going to chuck some rounds into it. But, like, a flamethrower one dies before you can blink.
No one wants a flamer AT-RT in their lines.
There's a reason you don't see snowtroopers on the board anymore. Because they die too freaking quickly.
Yeah, I've only gone up against snowtroopers once against Peter, and
Did he actually get to use the flamethrower?
I think you got to use it once because it was like my 3rd game or something.
Needless to say, he didn't get to use it again, I bet.
No, because they hit like one unit that was there, and I still killed the snowtroopers.
Oh, fair enough. But nobody likes flamethrowers in this game. Flamethrowers are
No,
scary.
still
Yeah.
a second action.
Oh. Action. No, I can see.
Get any
This
kills
is why I
out of
think
that?
So it looked like there was actually a
Nah,
standby
fuck this,
unit,
Fuck
and
you,
they
yeah.
just took a standby shot at the AT-RT, but didn't achieve anything.
No, okay. Well, that's nice for the ATRT.
Well, one of the last standbys, shared standbys ever,
That's
by the end of this week.
Well, we're not 100% on it. I don't think it's definitely looks like it's in the books though. I
well,
think.
that doesn't
Yeah.
stack.
Well,
Much to my joy, because of my clone salt, makes me extra happy.
But put it this way, based on the community stance, I'd be surprised if
Yeah,
clones
that's
keep
what I was
saved by
checking.
sharing.
Yeah.
Um,
It would increase the viability of Padme as well, because it means that she can share those
as
tokens.
long as they don't get rid of it from
So 2
example.
goes away.
That's the issue.
Which I really hope they don't, because I think there's still...
I don't think they will, because that has use for other armies as well.
It's more just, yeah, and I think it adds warrant to...
That was it.
I like the fact that they give a character keyword the ability to do something extra cool.
Yeah, which is the way that characters should be. It's
Yeah.
standard units don't get those special keywords. do
And
they?
a full
And look, I
squad.
kind of just want to keep slingshotting Obi-Wan into
But,
combat.
Yeah, and if you haven't experienced it yet, I'll tell you something. It's horrible.
You can take
It hurts. Like, my feelings. A lot.
What's that? Range 3 charge?
I
Huzzah!
could actually.
And you wonder why I've got salt against clones, for Christ's sake.
Well, you don't have salt against clones, you have salt against Jedi.
But they're
No,
gonna-
I have salt against clones.
Oh.
Look, I will humbly admit that on stream.
They're gonna have-
And look, a comment from BrisVegas Comics. Yes, we do accept payment in fries McDonald's. So there we go.
Yes,
That
yes.
that will be our support.
Well, I know how I'm getting my Xbox for Phase 2s now.
Lots of fries.
Yeah.
I will give you 3 large chips for a box of Phase
Yeah, not boxes, just three singular chips.
I will give you 3 large chips to not buy the face. I was saying, I think
I'm
that's
just
another-
surprised they're not all gone already.
Mandos.
I think they will. Actually,
Oh,
That's
that's a
a
double.
that's 3 wounds, 3 wounds.
That's
Who's
not
that
good.
on?
I think it's Clan Ren. Yep.
Oh shit.
How do you?
Oh wow.
They're
Okay.
gone.
Yeah.
They actually, they can die.
Oh no.
That's how you
Yeah.
do it.
Oh wow.
They
Okay.
can die. It's possible.
Explode.
I didn't realise that was in Clan,
Alright, man.
against Clan Ren.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, BrisVegas has a lot of Phase 2s from us. So if you need your Phase 2s, come get them quick.
Please don't. So look, I feel like it's becoming a bit of a thing now. Now I've got to keep going with it.
Men vs Aaron with your Phase 2s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a.
Please don't. No, come on, bring the Phase 2s out. That's fine.
I was surprised that this dude survived.
Man,
Have they called it?
yes, I'm gonna concede.
So the technical points.
I mean,
end of game would
Sabine's
be
on 2 wounds. You've got 2 units of rebel troopers in there.
Yeah, conceded. So conceded in Aaron's favour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Oh, well,
That's
good
a tough
game,
game.
guys. Yeah, good game. That was a tough one.
No,
The only one I'm confused at, and I might pop into the room and have a chat to
So,
Brian.
2
The only
points
thing
to
I'm
me,
confused
so
at is that
Republic.
explosions, or that
2
turning the
points
tide
rebels,
turn
3
instead of
points
explosions. I think that's what
no, it was
confuses me.
3 points.
Yeah, I really want to know what was going through Brian's head. Like, I'm just like surely there was something in that, but I couldn't see it personally. It missed me, which I miss a lot, so that's fine. But
This is true.
9 points to Republic.
nice to hear my co-host has got my back there. But yeah, thank you.
I see
But I
it's
probably
really
wouldn't
finicky.
Didn't he say don't play with it?
I'm playing with it. I'm playing with it, Liam.
Uh-oh.
There he goes, 9 points.
3, 2. Oh, he's not here yet.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because if you concede it gives you all the DPs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's why, guys, you should never concede a game. Fight to the last.
Yeah, please don't concede.
Especially the tournament, I know we're not, like, this isn't a tournament, like, evening or anything like that, but at a tournament, just fight till you've got nothing left.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with, like, going down swinging, hey.
Yeah.
Roll some dice, kill some models, and piss your opponent off. It's the best way to go.
Yep.
9-3.
Make it out. Well, I think we're going to call it there for
Yep.
this one. I think the next one will be streamed. Whether I'm here or not will determine how much I want a palmy burger for the
There we go.
Yeah.
It was.
But yeah, thank you everyone who joined us, and yeah, we'll jump back in. I think in probably about half an hour or so. a little longer.
Yep. Once everything's all set up for the next round.
Yeah.
Because I knew for a